You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways? So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Hey,
Activate.
hey,
Activate. Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways? So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Hey,
Activate.
hey,
Activate. Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways? So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways? So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great.
Hi. Good morning, everyone. Well, that's hot. I ain't even about to try it. I ain't about to try. Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness. Welcome back to my show. The Sean W. Show. I love you guys. I love you. 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 Please hit the like. Okay. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Okay. Now, some of you have hit the like already because you love me. Thank you. Okay, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. But some of y'all feel a little selfish with the likes, okay? You guys are just holding it all to yourself. You don't need it. You don't need it. You can't take it with you. You're welcome. You can't take it with you. Okay? Like the video. I love you all. Hello, everyone. Creole, future, Lord, I said future culture, melanated, baby shade, super persuasive, Creole, shrinking Sharon. Yes. Shrinking Sharon, and oh my God. I love you guys. Welcome back to my show. The title says Diddy is over. Duh. Diddy sued again with Christian. Absolutely. It's not just Christian being sued, okay? It's his papa too. Out of papa. Ashton Kutcher subpoena question mark? Oh my God. Nancy Beehive Wig Grace is on the case. Okay. Absolutely. Going to talk a little bit about Cassie linking with the feds. I don't see what the problem is. Diddy has been linked with the feds for how long? I mean, he's been working with them. You know, what's the problem that Cassie does? Like, what is the problem here? So, and I'm a girl. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Shout out to the people in the New York and Philadelphia area, and all of that. I heard y'all had a little piece of an earthquake, and I'm a girl. I said, "Ooh, earthquake up there." I didn't even know y'all had those. I thought it was just like, like Cali places and on that coast over there. And I'm a girl. I did not know that. I did not know that, and I'm a girl. So prayers been sent to all of y'all. Oh my word. Yes. Just read a little bit about it this morning. I know that Tip West is fine. Shout out to Tip West. So that's why, she's good. So that means the city's good. Shout out to Tip West. She made it. She made it. Sending prayers and positive energy. All of y'all way. I said, oh my goodness, y'all had an earthquake. Is Saucy Santana and Lizzo over there warming up again? Because that's the last time y'all had one, right? When Saucy Santana and Lizzo was on tour, and I'm like, girl, tearing up people's stages. Is they doing another season of My 600-Pound Life there? They're doing like a reunion? Like a reunion show? Or I said, what's going on over there? And I'm a Lord. The Lord said y'all can be all right. The Lord said y'all can be all right. So I love y'all. Okay? They say laughter is the best medicine. Give you a little peace. Okay? So I love you. Whew. If that cat is still in my house, it's not supposed to be here. Okay? My daughter had a friend over. The friend brought a cat. And I think she left it here. Lord. I'm about to call pest control, animal control. Because I'm not touching it. It's here. I just saw it. And it's fast. Cats is fast. And I'm a girl. Now I got my dog is put whatever. I work with that lady. Yeah, she brought her cat because it's her emotional animal, girl. I said, how the fuck is your emotional animal if you left it here? Like, hello, what if you go through things? It's here under my bed. Oh my God. Whatever. So actually, you know what? I'm just leave out of here. I'm just close the door. Put your little bowl of water in here. Yeah, because I don't do other people's cats. I don't. I do my cat, but I don't do your cat. Okay, if it come by me, I'll touch it. But other than that, I only trust the animals I raised. Just like I only trust the churn I raised. I don't trust y'all kids. I trust my churn, but I don't trust yours. So yeah, it's here. Moving right along. So yeah, so y'all, I don't do cats. I love dogs. Not really a cat guy. But I don't mind them now. They're fine, but it's like scare me because I don't have a cat. So it's like, what is a cat wearing mask for? And I'm a girl, but it's cute. But whatever. So yes, I'm a dog guy. Dog lover. I don't have anything against cats. Love cats and everything, but I really love dogs. Like, oh my God, I will play with your dog all day. If you have a good dog and it likes to be like play, like, you know, like fetch and, you know, just to be, oh my God, all day. I love good dogs. Big dog, little dog, I don't care. I just love dogs. So and I'm a girl. And I'm a girl, yay. So but and okay, useful in the studio. Yeah. Move right along, literally this time. So Diddy was out here being a pony, and I'm a girl. Was out here being a pony, and I'm a girl. Out here riding bikes, real gay, out here in his neighborhood, and I'm a girl. Riding bikes, and I'm a girl. Okay, look at here. He out here want to be Mr. Rogers and all of this, and I'm a girl. Now here go TMZ, the stalkers themselves. It says, Diddy, I need a bike to ride, cruising around Miami. Look, gay as hell. Look at Diddy, y'all. Look at Diddy. So now all of a sudden it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Now all of a sudden he want to ride bikes. He want to go to Starbucks. He want to do all the stuff you can't do when you go to jail. It's giving Diddy out here enjoying life before he get locked up and steady trying to find a motive. Why do what he do? And I'm a girl. Gays. So he know that's what that word. That's why he out here golfing and riding bikes, walking, doing things. That's weird. Not Mr. 19 cars and counting. Out here now he want to walk. Now he want to taste the air. Now he want to taste that. Now he want, now he want to walk around and breathe and get into all of this. And I'm a girl. Before visitation no longer comes by. Seems like they forgot about me. Commissary is getting empty. Still sitting full without me. Can't wait to get out and move forward with my life. Yeah. Got a family that loves me and wants me to do right. But still I'm getting locked up. Some and I'm a girl. Some gay. Yay. Ooh, I did it again. Ooh, Diddy and I'm a girl. Let me find out you out here just trying to enjoy, like do the stuff you can't do in jail, and I'm a girl. All the stuff you gonna miss, and I'm a girl. Let me find out. What? Who shorts is them? I'm gonna need you to go to jail. I'm gonna need you to go to jail. Who shorts is them? Who wears shorts? Okay. Diddy wear shorts. Okay. Who's that girl with the 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 Daisy Duke song? So and I'm a girl. I'm like, no, obviously you want to wear compressions and ride bikes instead of taking cobwebs off of bikes, and I'm a girl. Now you want to ride along the water and look at the water, and I'm a girl. Don't want to look at the water now. Thicker than the snicker. So I don't want to look at the water now. Don't want to go to Starbucks now, bitch. No, I'm gonna need you to go to jail. Oh yeah, you're going to prison, big guy. Yeah, you absolutely is. Hello, clink clink. Clink, I need you to go to jog. I gotta jog. Yeah, I'm using Miranda's red immediately. Now I know the feds and stuff is working on this case, but I'm gonna need y'all to hurry up. Okay, y'all was getting on my nerves. I have my live, my thumbnail, everything is ready for when he go to jail. Like, what the yo? It'll take this damn long. Hurry up and get the people that y'all gonna protect, the Prince Harrys, and I'll hurry up. I'm gonna need him up immediately. Go get one of them. At least go get Christian or something. He ride bikes for what? No, dog. He'll need to be around here enjoying their life. No, hurry up and get him. No, because they starting to irk me. Now they want to take their time for what? Hurry up. Y'all think y'all been working on this since October, and I'm like, Cassie was all worded. Hurry up. Now, don't forget, that's the crime. Ho, ho, ho. Go and get him, and I'm like, I'm sitting here looking through the articles all day. And he's sitting around here being gay still in Miami, and I'm like, I'm like, ooh, this is getting on my nerves. Look, is y'all locking him up? Because I could talk about something else. Nah. Y'all supposed to be working on a Beyonce hub because he keep canceling shit. And we trying to figure out what that were. Look at here, Jay-Z is there. Oh, yeah, no, my girl. Because you canceling a lot of stuff, and my girl. What's going on there with you? I can't even be nosy all up in Beyonce in them yard. Because I'm still dealing with this. Now, that's what that word. That's what that word. So Diddy very so much gay on this damn bike in Miami. And this is right here. Diddy is continuing to show his face in and around Miami. Only now. He's riding high. He's always getting high. The hip-hop mogul was spotted cruising around town on Thursday. Now, y'all need to stop saying spotted. And there he go again. Look who in the background. Oh, my God. His longtime freak on Stevie J. And I'm a girl. Little piece Stevie. Little piece Stevie. Stevie was at the house and pretty much the only person at the mansion in Star Island, little girl, when it got raided. Wasn't nobody there but Stevie J. I guess he was on punishment. Stevie J Ventura, because basically you're Cassie. Okay. That's just what that word. That's just what that word, Stevie. So look at here. As far as I'm concerned, you're Cassie. All right, you're battered. All right, Stevie, shut up. You can even go outside. How your man going on vacation, but you got to stay at the mansion? Was he about to take his turn on spring break? And I'm like, girl, you can't go. He didn't want his mandingo. Stevie with the beefcake. Are you aging out? Oh my God. Are you aging or what? Does he want one of your sons now? Are you aging or what? Stevie, why come you couldn't go on vacation with your nigga? Why you couldn't go on vacation with your man? Stevie. Okay. You didn't go on vacation with your man. You stayed because you work with the feds too. You called them and told them coast is clear. He gone. Hurry up. He gone. Hurry up. The front door and the back door, something y'all ain't got to kick nothing. That's why they tore everything down in California at the homeless, and I'm a girl. Stevie unlocked the gate, the front door, the back door, the side doors. Absolutely. He showed them where the camera was in the bidet and the bidet cameras, and y'all was welcome. So gay, so he's definitely a snitch. And ratted Diddy out. It's not a coincidence, Diddy. Oh, it's not a coincidence. So now he's still ripping and running around these good streets, and I'm a girl, and riding on the bike. Okay. We're told Diddy ended up pedaling his way on down to South Beach, not far from his Star Island homes. And yes, he was all by his lonesome. Just a gay man and his gay thoughts. I added the gays. He was smiling at one point as well, flashing a peace sign. Okay, that's the love sign. That's the I'm gay. Absolutely, I'm part of the community. And I'm a girl. Yeah, and flashing peace sign and looking relatively happy for the trip. But the fact he was at all is telling. How is it telling? He's been working with the as it's just further evidence that he's apparently not at all that worried about what's going on the big picture. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all. Just because he also did that means that he desperate. He doing bucket list, and I'm a girl. Of course, we're referring to the 2 raids to his home were subjected to, which are part of a larger federal investigation against which is digging into claims of ex-trafficking, etc. Diddy hasn't been arrested nor has been charged, and he's kind of flaunting that here. Didn't R. Kelly tell people they should have did that a long time ago? R. Kelly said the same thing, right? Oh, y'all should have did this a long time ago. And okay, yeah, we're not worried about those things. So that's what Diddy's up to, just gay on a bike. Gay on a bike. And I'm a girl. Let's get into Cassie. Absolutely. So shout out to Vibe. Cassie reportedly cooperating with federal agents in Diddy investigation. Now, this surprises no one. We all knew that Cassie had sued Diddy. And in the process of her suing Diddy, of course, the things that she listed were crimes. So we already knew that eventually, whether RICO or, again, you can't be protected against crime. NDAs, none of that stuff protect you against crimes. So that's why I think Cassie submitted that lawsuit, because she didn't have to, because she had already basically settled with Diddy outside of court, but she still submitted the lawsuit. And again, it was settled within 24 hours. I think that was done because Diddy, once again, wanted to bury this as soon as possible so criminal charges would not arise from these allegations and the proof that Cassie had to back up her claims against Diddy. So yeah, he wanted it to get rid of it as soon as possible. I want it gone before too much spotlight is placed on it. That didn't work. It backfired. It backfired. And I'm a girl. I don't hate gays. Are you gay? Because if you're gay, I hate you. That's weird. No one hates the gays. Like, girl, we're calling him gay. We like it. It's our unit. It is what it is. And I'm not that gay. No. Absolutely not. I'm not gay like him. I'm not about to pay men to sleep with a woman, all that coochie in front of me. And I'm just, no. I ain't never been that gay. Yeah. I don't have toys or anything like that. You know, he does. You know, that's like super gay. Like too gay to function. I function. So before I was rudely interrupted by hopefully a gay person so I can dislike them too. And I'm a girl. I was saying that it was no surprise that Cassie was going to sue. I mean, Cassie was going to have criminal charges and work with federal agents. Again, Cassie can't come forward with these claims in the lawsuit. And then when the feds, which of course they were going to reach out to her, she can't just be like, well, just kidding. Like, no, it don't work like that. You make these claims, they're going to expect you to stand on them. And Cassie does. So when the raid first happened and Cassie's attorneys came out and said that they are definitely going to work with law enforcement, and that if the person that did these crimes comes to justice, that's what the law is for. You know, we're not basically alluding that, oh yeah, of course we're working with, you know, federal agents and whatnot, and we're going to make sure that they have all the information that they need. So that's not surprising. No one's surprised by that. Again, if Cassie was ready to come out and sue Diddy, then that means that Cassie's ready to talk. Okay, having a whole tell-all book wrote and all of that prior to the lawsuit that she got because of the New York Adult Act, not just her randomly pulling up a lawsuit. No, she had a year to do so. It ended in November. She sued in November. So you could tell she was definitely contemplating it, that it wasn't something that she had her mind made up about. She made up her mind last year. Okay. That literally, she made up her mind, like, you know what, I'm going to do it. And she did. And with that being said, now criminal charges are being brought up against Diddy. She stated in her lawsuit that Diddy R-worded her. Okay. She has the date of what happened after, pictures of her injuries, all of that. She has everything she needs to prove that Diddy R-worded her. Even have pictures of her being in the public with him the day of, when she was getting into the back of his vehicle. She has so much proof that happened to her. That is a crime. That's a crime. So they have to act on it. Not just that, they're also working with her because she put trafficking allegations inside of the lawsuit as well. That's what Homeland Security is investigating him for in the first place. So she's working with them on multiple levels because her allegations stem to the same thing that their investigation is about. So yeah, I think Cassie's lawsuit it wasn't just Cassie suing, because some people feel like that too. Like, oh, because Cassie sued, they're taking it serious. No, it's the proof that Cassie has. No different than with Lil Rod. They're taking this lawsuit so serious when it comes to him because he has proof of the things he's saying. That's not something you can just sweep under the rug. Okay. And then the elite already have their mind made up about Diddy. They don't want any dealings. They do not want him. Like, it's over for him. They're tired of backing him. They're tired of covering for him. They're tired of doing all of that stuff. They're over it. They're done. It's like, yeah, he can go. Take him, lock him up, and throw away the key. And with a person like Diddy, with him being so powerful, they have to take down the empire. That's why you hear Ethiopia's name and Christina's name, Lucian's name. They want the whole empire taken down. They want him gone fully. No different than with R. Kelly. When they took R. Kelly down, they took out his whole empire. Everybody that works with him, y'all all getting fired. Y'all all going to work for other people if y'all do that at all. Some of y'all getting arrested, some of y'all not. Charges being brought up on some of y'all, some of it. They're going to tear everything down. Rip it to shreds. Okay? And if you pay attention to what people like Cuba Gooding, he had allegations back in the day. No one, buried. No one discussed them and whatnot. When they decided to get rid of Cuba, that's when they started letting his allegations come forward. His FA cases and lawsuits and all of that stuff. And so they were done. It's the wrap. No different than with Prince Harry. When Prince Harry was over there doing his royalty thing, and I'm a girl, he was protected. He was protected everywhere. When him and his wife left, they were treated here because his wife is a citizen. That's why they came here. Because if she would have lived in another country, that's where they would have went to. So they weren't given allegiance, no type of, immunity, or anything coming here. If they were going to do something to them or hurt them hard, whatever, they were still going to do it. Okay, that's why they ran. They ran up out of there. They didn't walk out of there. It was a run type of situation, and expecting for America to protect them. Then why is Prince Harry's name coming up multiple times? The Epstein case, his name came up. This case, his name is coming up. Only with influential people, powerful people, does his name come up. But they're allowing it. They're allowing these things to happen. So that means that they're on the outs. Prince Harry is on the outs. So yeah, get him. Get him. Yeah, we don't mind that. Go ahead. Get him. He's not. Deception, disgrace. He is not one of us. Okay? Get him. Okay, and I'm a girl. So that's what's going down. It's the same thing with Diddy. They want Diddy got. And Cassie is like their mascot. They're using her as a mascot. It doesn't make her allegations and Lil Rod's allegations more important than people that have had allegations against Diddy for decades. No, like Natanya, the woman that got pop out in the face in the club, she's been saying since 1999 that Diddy did that to her. So she's had all type of allegations against him, but nothing has been done. Her allegations have been ignored. Her story has been ignored. Her trauma has been ignored. Besides a lawsuit that he threw a little change at her to try to get her to shut up, but she kept going with her story because it's a crime. You cannot pay someone. You cannot have put in an NDA that someone doesn't speak of a crime. So even if the woman did sign an NDA, what he did to her is a crime. So she gets to speak of a crime. It doesn't protect you from it. He can't sue her because she's saying he pop her in the face. It's a crime. Not an allegation like, oh, of essay or something like, like, so I understand like the NDA with Cassie, anything that they did like sexual or things like that, Cassie cannot speak of. That's breaking the NDA. But any crime that happened, she can speak on it. That's why she filed the lawsuit in the first place, because these are all crimes. The things that she explained in her lawsuit are all crimes. So even like with her settling with him, the NDA marks that she can't talk about just like personal things, but anything criminal she can speak of because it doesn't protect him from that. He can't say, I'm suing you because you're talking about me R-wording you. No, that's a crime. You can't tell me I can't talk about, you can't protect criminal activity with a non-disclosure. No. Only like personal information and things like that. So I want that to be explained. That's why I said Cassie is smart, because with filing the lawsuit, these are all crimes. So I can talk about this stuff. Now, if you don't want to talk about the time we had a threesome, or something like that, and whatnot, hey, cool. But anything else that's criminal, I can talk about that. You are wording me, I can discuss that whenever I feel like it. I absolutely can. So, very smart. So she popped him. She got her cake and ate it too. Shout out to Cassie. Shout out to Cassie for having her cake and eating it too. Like 100%. Move around along from Cassie. So yeah, we know Cassie's working with the feds. We know that that's no surprise. Shout out to Cassie. I support Cassie and everything that she does. I think she's a lovely woman. And yeah, I support her. Shout out to Court TV. No, I'm not signing up. What is get this off my screen. What show was that? Hold on. Oh, it's an ad. Okay, I was about to say, what is that? So Ashton Kutcher. Let's get into this. So allegedly, Ashton Kutcher may be subpoenaed when this goes to court, because it's definitely going to court. So when this goes to court, Ashton, with his involvement with Diddy, if you don't know, hold on. Okay, because here it is. If you don't know, Ashton Kutcher and Diddy have been pretty close throughout the years. They had many parties together, even did certain business ventures together. I believe Ashton even modeled for Sean John at one point in time back in the day, and whatnot. So a lot of his celebrities' friends are, not stealing cable. A lot of his celebrity friends are backing away from him, clearly. And Ashton Kutcher, this is bigger than people think it is. This, when I say this is big, this is big. Because I've heard certain people talk about Ashton Kutcher, right? But I connected some dots that I don't know if other people have necessarily like connected. When it comes to Ashton, this is way bigger, okay, than people think. All right. Now let's get into this real quick, and then I'll come back with my commentary. I absolutely will. Well, let's do this. Big use. Is the volume up? No.
Board, what do we have? Oh, Diddy and Ashton Kutcher. Time to reveal something else you need to know tonight. Let's take a look at the big board. What do we have? Oh, Diddy and Ashton Kutcher. Did you know that they're really good friends? And now Ashton is expecting a subpoena connected to the raid at Diddy's house. Unbelievable. We also have some Instagram video to show you from Misa Hilton, who is Former girlfriend of Diddy's, mother of Justin Dior, one of his sons. She described what happened as she posted this as being overzealous, militarized search that took place here. Some very graphic video of what really happened. Meanwhile, the Daily Mail is reporting that Ashton Kutcher is expecting a subpoena over his good friend Sean Diddy Combs as part of the hip-hop mogul's sex trafficking investigation, just months after he and his wife, Mila Kunis, were shunned for supporting convicted rapist Danny Masterson. Remember that?
This runs deep. Okay, so the Daily Mail is reporting that Ashton Kutcher is expecting a subpoena over his good friend Sean Diddy Combs as part of the hip-hop mogul's ex-trafficking investigation, just months after he and his wife Mila Kunis were shunned for supporting convicted apist Danny Masterson. So here's the thing when it comes to this. This runs deep. So if you didn't know, shout out to everybody for the super stickers and all that stuff. I'm about to shout you out in just a minute. I want to make sure I'm explaining this correctly. Okay. So if you don't know, Ashton Kutcher was one of the front runners in an organization that was to help and prevent children from being affected, and all of that stuff and whatnot. Okay, which let me pull that up. Ashton Kutcher and his wife Mila Kunis, both of them from That 70s Show. Let me pull that up really quick. Okay. Right here. So, in defense of children, Ashton Kutcher and Rotary addressed the global scourge of human trafficking. Actor and philanthropist Ashton Kutcher took to the stage today. This was years ago, right? Yeah. Took to the stage today at the Rotary International Convention in Atlanta, Georgia, USA, to address major human rights issue, human trafficking and modern day slavery. Kutcher, who rose to fame in the early 2000s with a series of hit film and television roles, is the co-founder of Thorn, Digital Defenders of Children, an organization that combats human trafficking and the conditions that enable it. Okay. Ashton and Diddy are good friends. They've been partying, collaborating on business for a long time. Okay. Him allegedly being subpoenaed would make sense, but not really, right? So let's get into it. This is all alleged. Just from the reading that I've done and the stuff that I know. Mila Kunis, which is Ashton Kutcher's wife, she is a part of this organization, Thorn, as well. Okay. So the whole organization is built so that they could intervene even and help. They work with the CIA, all type of stuff in helping children that are being affected and working against child labor. Ones that are treated basically as slaves, and whatnot. They are there to help prevent these things. But at least one to think it's were they though? Or was that just a front for them doing other things? Which brings the connection to Diddy. So is Ashton being subpoenaed? Because again, Ashton's against what they're charging Diddy with. Okay. Ashton has an organization that prevents what Diddy is allegedly doing. Okay. He has the ex-trafficking investigation being done on him right now. And Ashton prevents this, but they're friends. Confusing, right? So let's keep reading so you get you guys a little bit more educated on what this is. So Thorn is Digital Defenders of Children, an organization that combats human trafficking and conditions that enable it. Trafficking in humans takes many forms, but includes forced labor and ex-slavery. It is among the world's largest illicit trades, with many of the transactions happening online. Quote from Ashton: As a young man coming up in the public school system in the United States, I thought slavery was done, a thing of the past, Kutcher said. When I realized this was happening even right here in Atlanta, a hotbed of African was a travel hub. I was floored and set out to learn as much as I could about it. So were you floored, Ashton, or were you excited? Like, I'm right here in the epicenter of it. Like, Weird. Weird. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Over 1,700 people in the building. Please hit the like. Thorn specifically works to address sexual exploitation and the proliferation, proliferation, Lord, of child pornography online by exploring and supporting new digital strategies for identifying victims, deterring predators, and disrupting platforms. Thorn helps lead the global conversation on African, a conversation that's continuing at the Rotary's annual convention. More than 35,000 people, including Rotary member partners and friends from 175 countries and territories, have gathered in Atlanta this week to exchange ideas on how they can work together to improve the lives in their community. So you have 175 countries and more than 35,000 people, okay, that they have access to. So this could be something that is helping, or it could be the complete opposite. It could, I'm just saying, it absolutely could. Because everything that glitters ain't gold. So I'm just saying it absolutely could. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. So just so you know what Thorn is about, let's get into this. Ashton Kutcher steps down as board chair of organization. Okay, so he steps down. All right. Guess why? And I'm a girl. Let's get into him stepping down. Ashton Kutcher has resigned as chairman of the board of Thorn, the anti-child organization he founded in 2009 with his then wife, Demi Moore. His wife, Mila Kunis, who served as an observer on the organization's board, is also stepping down. The move comes in the wake of the outrage over their letters in support for Danny Masterson, who have been convicted for R-wording to women. So again, was Ashton's board preventing these things or helping these things? Because you are against R-worders and all of that stuff. Okay? You're against all this stuff. Your company is against all of this stuff. But you send letters of recommendation because Danny Masterson was also on That 70s Show. And they all worked together, Mila, Ashton, and Danny. After he was convicted of R-wording not one, but two women, and there's more with allegations, they sent letters to the judge so that the judge could show leniency to our R-worder, to someone that R-words women. So, of course, while Danny Masterson's case was going on and the letters were made public and that it was seen that Mila and Ashton, a married couple that are founders on the Thorn organization, chairman of this organization, okay, are agreeing with a R-worder. Please don't send him to jail for a long time. Please just give him a month or two. What? Okay. Extremely hypocritical. So the board finds out, and of course, they weren't cool with that. How does it make them look? Their quote, Ashton's quote, victims of sexual abuse have been historically silenced and the character statement I submitted is yet another painful instance of questioning victims who are brave enough to share their experiences. Kutcher wrote in a September 14th letter to Thorn's board, which was shared exclusively with Time. So he wrote this on the Thorn board of the organization that, After my wife and I spent several days of listening, personal reflection, learning, and conversations with survivors and the employees and leadership at Thorn. So the people that worked at Thorn were very upset. There are victims that worked for the company. So when these letters were made public, they were livid. Okay. It's like the audacity of y'all to write these letters with this organization that we have, like, and they're survivors that work for you, and you side with, so this was big and bad. Okay. So after they chewed them out, they decided to resign. So he says, leadership at Thorn, I have determined the responsible thing for me to do is resign as chairman of the board effectively, immediately. That's what it says, effectively. It doesn't say it's effective. Effectively, immediately. Kutcher wrote, I cannot allow my error in judgment to distract from our efforts and the children we serve. Crazy. And then it's error. It's not an error. You deliberately wrote that letter and you meant every word. Same thing with Mila. She meant every word. Y'all meant every word. Y'all wanted him to get out. Y'all just didn't know that the letters would be made public. You didn't know that because you wouldn't have wrote it if you did. So that's it. That's all. Because it always becomes public, just like it. Well, not all of them, but the majority of them do become public. If you watch the Quiet on Set on HBO, during Drake Bell's case, the people that sent letters of recommendation for Brandon Peck were made public. So we got to see who all wrote letters, and it was very shocking. The people that did write letters for leniency, to show character. So I'm like, wow, that is crazy. But yeah, so this is what happened. But let's keep reading. The actor also apologized to victims of SA and other advocates for letting them down. The mission must always be the priority, and I want to offer my heartfelt apology to all victims of sexual violence and everyone at Thorn who I hurt by what I did. He wrote to the board and to the broader advocacy community, I am deeply sorry. I remain proud of what we have accomplished in the past decade and will continue to support Thorn's work. Thank you for your tireless advocacy and dedication to this cause. So again, Ashton was completely fine with those letters being sent to the judge as long as the public didn't find out. And again, he thought that it would be private, and it wasn't. So since it wasn't private, then all of a sudden, oh, I'm going to step down effective immediately because of my error in judgment. Error in judgment? You deliberately wrote that letter. That wasn't no accident. You didn't write that letter thinking that he was innocent. You knew he was guilty, and you still wrote the letter for leniency on him because of the relationship that you have. But it makes one question your character, Ashton, for you to defend someone that would R-word. It gives that you are okay with that behavior. It gives that you agree with it. Because I would distance myself from someone like that. I wouldn't want anything to do with them because that's just not, it's just not what I would do. Like, I wouldn't want to be bothered at all. Our relationship would be over, null and void. One of my friends or somebody like it getting convicted of, no, we don't have nothing to talk about. No. Someone that would do something, I clearly don't know you because I would have never thought that you would do something like that to someone. And since you did, I'm good. It would be over. There would be no reconciliation. There would be no, let me send a letter. I'm not doing none of you. No. Not let me send this heartfelt letter to the judge. And then you have a whole organization against this. How hypocritical, disgusting is what that were. Okay. So again, with Ashton allegedly being subpoenaed, I wonder what it's about. Because remember, this could be because, Ashton was at a party or something like that, or someone says that, something happened there, or did they run an organization together? Is he a part of it? What's going on with that? Because Ashton ran a whole to where he talked about African all day long. You have a lot of people that go into things because of what they're going to be around. Like people that prey on children and whatnot. Those are the people that are going to try to work at schools and daycares and stuff like that, to where they are around them. So you have people coming in, even as advocates, saying that, that I'm here because I'm completely against this, and have a whole nother thing in mind, have a whole nother plan that you are completely unaware of. You don't know until you know. That's why people be so shocked. Like, oh, I would have never thought. I would have never thought. You got to stop letting them, stop letting them go under the radar. Everyone is a suspect. A person that R words, a person that M words, that hurts people, they don't have a face. They don't. That's why it's weird that people be so standoffish when black males, are somewhere, and whatnot, when the higher percent of mass murderers and stuff like that are Caucasian. I mean, let's just keep it real. I mean, the most dangerous men pretty much in America, the Jeffrey Dahmers and stuff like that, Caucasian, the Ted Bundy, Caucasians. But you locking your door because of a black man walking past. That's weird. That's weird. Because a white one will walk past, you'll ask him to pump your gas. Hey, man, pick up, pump my gas in my car. But a black one walk. Okay. It's I guess. I guess. Okay, girl. All righty, girl. Because you let them underneath the radar. The ones you should be the most afraid of are the ones that you giving keys to your house, letting around your churn. Them to be, you have no idea because you don't know until you know, which is, yeah. So you got to be careful. So it's the same thing here with Ashton. We don't know until we know. Ashton could seem like a great person because he seems like a great guy. Mila Kunis, she seems like a great woman. They seem like a beautiful married couple. You don't know what people are doing behind closed doors. You have no idea. Looks can be very deceiving. Look at Danny Masterson. A lot of people liked him, thought he was he was a cool character on that 70s show, the kind of laid back guy everybody liked, you could get along with, and whatnot. The too cool for school, type of dude. And you would look at him and his acting and be like, yeah, he doesn't seem like that type of person. The interviews that he's done, they don't have a face. Anybody could be it. Yeah, it has no face. So just because a guy comes in his grungy looking, dirty clothes, poor, you should be no less afraid of him than a guy that's coming in fully showered, nice clothes to head. You should be just as afraid. You should be just as afraid of that person, Yeah. Moving right along. So Mila Kunis does not want her husband nowhere near Diddy. Okay. Mila does not want Ashton and nowhere near him. Let's get into that. Sean Diddy Combs' celebrity friends have reportedly stepped away amid his legal woes. Sean Diddy Combs has always run in A-list circles, but it seems that his high-profile friends are a bit nervous about his African allegations. No one is jumping to the music mogul's defense right now, besides people that don't matter. They all seem to be hanging back and waiting to see what happens next after last week's federal raid. Quote, no one is saying anything because they have gone to his parties, noted as U.S. Weekly source. His parties, according to an insider, are insane with big stars and lots of wilding out, taking Uggs and participating in G's. They also allege that many of these activities were likely on camera, which is also noted in producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones' SA and harassment civil lawsuit. And the first insider described Combs as a very spiteful guy, which is probably why his famous BFFs are making sure to stay out of the fray. Okay, boom. Boom. Okay, look at here. Look at here. There they go. Mila Kunis has reportedly asked husband Ashton Kutcher to not get involved in any of Combs' legal matters, even though they've been friends for over 2 decades. Regardless of Ashton's long history with him, he has distanced himself from Diddy since Cassie Ventura's lawsuit, and even more so in the wake of the new ones. Mila will not let Ashton be in any sort of contact. The Daily Mail insider revealed, yeah. Mila said, not my husband. Mila said, not my man. No. Mila said, look at here. I'm dealing with enough. Okay. We cleaning up enough as it is. Look at here. Don't you go over there with him. Look at it's Mia the dog. It's Mia the dog. Okay. You better not get involved. It's a piece. It is. Now, Diddy's friends that matter have not spoken. The Ashton Kutchers. Not Kanye, because Kanye said, look at here, he came to my Coachella event, I ignored him. And that was Diddy trying to get friends. He needs assistance. He needs help right now. Okay. He went to Kanye, and Kanye was like, and then my girl. And Kanye like, I ain't got nothing for you. Don't you come over here. Remember, we hate each other. Okay, Kanye been calling Diddy a fed. Okay, he's been calling Diddy a fed. He absolutely has. Shout out to Clever Girl, became a member. Gone Girl. Shout out to Lizzie Mack, my baby, been a member for 40 months. She says, hey, y'all hit the like and share, sub and share. Shout out to my baby Lizzie. I love you, Lizzie. And oh my God. Shout out to Whitney Bell for the Super 6. She says, I absolutely love you. I love you too. She says, I should be asleep, but here I am. Oh, thank you, Whitley. Thank you so much for being here, sweetheart. Shout out to Lady K. Thank you so much for the Super 6. She said, first time super chatting on my born day. Shout out to Mally for the Super 6. She says he's on bike so he could get up on the good foot. Get up on the good foot. And I'm a girl. Lied on that damn mama. And I'm a girl. Shout out to Amanda C. Shout out to Sonia for being a member for 28 months. Gone Girl. Shout out to Brenda. Again, for the super sticker. Thank you so much, Brenda. I love you and I deserve that. Thank you, sweetheart. Shout out to Lionheart for the super sticker as well. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you. Shout out to Norma for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I love you. Thank you, sweetheart. Shout out to Michael for the super sticker. Says, please talk about Stevie J's new party. Absolutely. I don't mind that at all. Stevie, I'm not going back to the sticker. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Shout out to Chi-Town as well for the super sticker. Thank you so much, Chi-Town, sweetheart. Hold on. Okay. Shout out to Lady K. Y'all don't already say happy birthday to y'all. She don't need a whole lot of happy birthdays because she could go and find her something else to do because she knows that we're allergic to born days. I hate when people come here born. Like, oh my goodness. Like, we have no proof of none of that. Who loves you? Because, and I'm a girl, we don't have no balloons. We don't sing happy birthday. We could at least got you a cake. We didn't do none of that because you could at least warn us, Lady K, that it was your birthday. Allegedly. And I would like proof. My IG is Shine Everywhere Show. Please hit me up on IG so with a little piece of your ID or something. It's enough happy birthdays, JB. It is Natasha. Abort. Didn't nobody ask you about when your birthday was, girl? Oh my God. Okay, Trina and Mary, we get it. Now we don't say happy birthday, girl. That's how we say happy birthday over here. You already know what it is. You remember. You already know what it is. Oh my God. Look at Tressa. Oh my God. Hold on, let me put Trust on timeout. Let me put Trust on timeout. Trick and Sharon, no. Anyone but you. Oh my God, Giselle. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Now, 2-3 people done already said this. Oh God, look at Terry. Lady K. Look, this is my show. Melissa, we didn't ask nothing about when is yours. We didn't say nothing about that girl. Lord, look at Michael. Oh God. Pam. I'm about to leave. I'm leaving. Shout out to Lady K for making me leave. I'm done. This is my live. Oh my God, look at show. Can hate birthdays. And where the hell you been at? Yes, Cap, I'm leaving. It's the rap because this is all Lady K's fault. Always coming up in here born. Girl, what you did? Oh Lord, look at. We do not care. Y'all birthdays. All it means is y'all closer to this. That's it. Y'all happy about this? Y'all be excited as hell to get closer to this. One more get closer, Shine. One more get closer to. Nah, you ain't think about that, did you? One get closer to sitting in the ghetto thinking about. You ain't think about that. That's what you get now. Instant depression. Now. Now, happy birthday, Lady K. Girl. Oh my goodness. So allegedly, we ain't got no proof. Allegedly. Shout out to Aaliyah. Yeah. For the super sticker. Oh, look at my. Oh, hold on. Oh, y'all sending me. Oh, y'all sending me coin. Oh, y'all sending me coin today. Yes. Shout out to Lady K. Yes. Oh God, it's her again. Lady K, leave me alone, girl. You over here in the cash app too? Leave me alone. How you harassing me on your birthday? Thank you, Lady K, girl. It's my girl. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you, Shauna, girl. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Sonia, girl. Thank you, Chanel. For the cash. I earned them. Okay, y'all was supposed to send them to me. The Lord put that on y'all. Yeah. Thank y'all. Yeah. Now y'all tried it. Ooh, that cat moved again. I was about to run. Ooh, this cat. Ooh. I wonder if it got teeth. Now let's get back into Diddy. So, and I'm a girl. So Amila says she can look at here. Ashton, stay away from my man. Ashton, stay away from my Diddy, stay away from my man. So and I'm a girl. Shout out to Latasha for becoming my gone girl. Shout out to Kay Johnson for the super sticker. Gone girl. So yes, thank you. So yes, so look at here. She said stay away from him. Mila will not let Ashton be in any sort of contact, a Daily Mail insider revealed. He's expecting a subpoena as they have been good friends over 20 years. that probably isn't good news for either Kunis or Kutcher, who have been mired in controversy after sending letters of support in Danny Masterson's R-word case last year. Now, here's the thing. People keep saying that just Ashton sent letters of support, and I'm a girl, to Danny Masterson. No, it was Mila too. Mila, because Mila was friends with him as well. Okay, they all grew up basically together doing the That 70s show together and whatnot. And I'm a girl. So yes, that's just what that word. So she sent the letter too. That's why both of them stepped down. Because if Ashton would have just sent a letter, there would have been no reason for Mila to step down from the Thorn organization. Because I wouldn't have stepped down if just my husband had sent the letter. I would have been in a meeting like this, when they was sitting there reprimanding him, like, oh, how could you? I was like, first of all, I'm gonna need you to look just at him. I'm sitting over here for a reason, because I am just as appalled. Okay, I would have been sitting on the side of the people that was cussing him out. Don't y'all even look at me. I didn't support him. I didn't do none of that. He did that on his own, cuss him out. Get him. Go ahead. Because I would have been standing there with the people of the board if I was Mila. Okay, because I would not have sent no letter in for Danny. I would have been sitting on the other side with the people that was coming after Ashton and shaming him, shame on Ashton. And I would have been sitting over there. If I was Mila doing this to Ashton. Did anybody tell you to write that letter? I wouldn't have wrote a letter. She wrote a letter because she's just as weird. Black Swan is just as weird. Absolutely, Mila. Girl. Now, you pretty and everything, but you weird too. Okay? So, now look at here. Because you a woman yourself. Okay? Okay? Just because you willing, girl, just because you was a Hollywood pass around, just because you was at the parties and stuff with the mask on, and I'm a girl, where everybody was bust down, Tatiana bust down, it does not mean that those women that Danny did what he did to them, Danny Masterson, 2 women, okay, then those are just the ones he was caught. There are other victims, okay? So you as a woman, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for supporting a man for doing something that could have happened to you. Like, that's crazy that you would even think of that. I guess it's a little bit more understandable what on Ashton's side, he's a dude and he's dumb. You're like, men are stupid. You know, some men just like, oh, it's my friend, you know? But her, Mila, shame on you, girl. Shame on you, girl. So that's what I said. Why would she want Ashton dealing with Diddy? They're dealing with enough. It's like, we got enough on our plate. We really don't need this too. And I'm a girl. So let's keep going. Combs' attorney, Aaron Dyer, has denied all the allegations against his client and pushed back on the federal investigation. This unprecedented ambush, paired with advanced coordinated media presence, leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs. No, it does not. And it is because we've been thinking this, like, what are you talking about? It is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. Now, look at here. As the charmed one, this is not a witch hunt, and I'm a girl. This is not a witch hunt, and I'm a girl, okay? Wingardium Leviosa. As the charmed one, as Piper from the charmed one, okay? As the time witch, as the one that can freeze time and blow things up with my mind, and I'm a girl. No, it's not a witch hunt. We had a meeting. We all talked about it, and because we only use our magic for good, and I'm a girl. According to the Book of Shadows, Diddy is a demon. Diddy is the new Balthazar. And he is the source. And you bet your ass that me and the other Hollowells will do whatever we need to do to vanquish our opponent. Okay? So stop it. All right? He is a warlock. Okay, he is in the Book of Shadows, page 432. Okay, so look at here. The power of 3 will work. Okay, the power of 3 will set us free. Okay, you can try it. Okay. So, and I'm a girl. So yeah, no, we're gonna vanquish him. You tried it. Okay, Paige is making the potion right now. I'm getting the spell together, and I'm a girl, and girl, Phoebe's reading the book. You tried it. So, gays, this is not a witch hunt. Leave us out of this. Leave us out of this. Okay. As a charmed one, we ain't got nothing to do with this. We're gonna vanquish him. And I'm a girl. Dyer said in a statement last week, there has been no findings of criminal activity or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his gay name. And I'm a girl. Let's move right along. Now let's get into, I guess we should get into Nancy, I guess. Ooh, no, let's get this. No, let's do this first. Yeah. Yeah. So shout out to TMZ. Diddy's son King Combs sued for SA during yacht party. So in the lawsuit, Lil Rod speaks of when they were on a yacht, and I think they were at the Virgin Islands. This is the time that they had a yacht to the Virgin Islands, and there were allegedly underage people on the yacht, among other things going on. And I'm a girl, and now one of the people that he was referring is now suing. They are now suing themselves. So now they, again, this lawsuit is massive and they keep adding things. So it's not over with. Like, it really is not. And I want to say this too. If it was just Tyrone Blackburn and his allegations against Cassie, against Cassie, Lord, against Cassie, against Diddy, like Lil Rod and, Tyrone, I don't think this would necessarily hold up to where there would be a lot of charges being brought out about. But what really puts the nail in Diddy's coffin is Cassie. Cassie is how I know that there are going to be for sure charges brought up against Diddy. I think that they're shout out to the Fish King Payne, my friend. I love you, friend. He says, if you Piper, I'm Phoebe, period. Because I'm Piper. I'm Piper. Why would you want to be Phoebe, though? She's so boring. I would rather be able to orb. I would rather be Paige. But I mean, I guess, Phoebe, she could levitate. And see, I don't like Phoebe because we could never depend on that bitch premonitions. No, she didn't know what she was seeing. She had us at the wrong places sometimes. We'd get there and the people are innocent or already be lost. No, we can't depend on you, King. Don't be Phoebe. Don't be her. Because we're going to fall out. We're going to fall out and I'm a girl. And I'm a girl. So we couldn't depend on that hoe. And then she became the queen of all evil. We was about to have to vanquish you. And you know me, Piper, I was ready. I was ready, yes. For the greater good, I will okay. And I'm a girl. So gays. So now we couldn't depend on Phoebe. Then her power stopped working, and you was a hoe. You was always worried about sleeping with people. We had to come find you in the middle of the night in somebody's bedroom when it was time to do a pod 3 spell and all of that. No slut. See, I'm gonna need you to be paid so we can be great. Because then we love you. But we went. Now she was the cutest king. I cannot. First of all, Piper was the prettiest until Paige came. Well, I don't know. All of them were beautiful. I thought all of them were beautiful. I thought Piper was gorgeous. I loved her teeth, her smile. Yeah. Gay is not the part, right? And I'm a girl. Her power stopped working. All the girl ain't got time for her, girl. She was annoying. So girl. Now I think that with Cassie, her charges are going to stick. Now I don't know about all of these lawsuits, so we'll see. But depending on how much proof that they have, but a lot of it has come into fruition. So with the coming into fruition, the whole mule thing and other stuff, we'll see. We'll see. Diddy's son Christian King Combs is being sued for FA. An alleged victim claims she has audio recordings of him forcing himself on her during a yacht party. And another accuser, Rodney Jones, is involved in this too. She has audio of him forcing himself upon her. See, this is why this is so big, because these people are coming with receipts. They have proof of what they're saying. They're not just saying it. See, your story being your story doesn't take your story away, but when it comes to the court of law, you need something to back you. You need some type of proof, something tangible enough for people to be able to take it into consideration and say yes without a benefit of a doubt, without a reasonable doubt. And I'm a girl. But if you have nothing to truly back what you're saying, then it's kind of just what you're saying versus what they're saying. And if they have better attorneys and whatnot that could, file the certain paperwork and contact the necessary parties to make sure that this goes away, then it will. But then you have people like Lil Rod, Cassie, this woman, this Jane Doe as of right now that's suing King Combs. They have proof of what they're saying. They can't ignore that. It can't be ignored. Can't. Natanya, the woman that Diddy pop out in her face in 1999 in that club, she's willing to have the fragments that are still in her face from the bullet removed to be used as evidence against him, as fragments, as proof of this is the weapon, the bullets from the weapon that was used that night, and he was the one that did it. And I'm a girl. She was there at that location. She was removed from that location, to the hospital and whatnot. It's all recorded. It's all on record. So this could very so much be reopened. And I think that they are. They are going to reopen it because they don't have a choice. Yeah, they normally this stuff is already buried. This is deliberate. This is a deliberate takedown. So when people are just like, oh, they're taking down another black man. No, they're not. They're taking down another one of their own because they come all shapes, sizes, and races. They don't just take down the black ones. They take white ones down too. They take Latin ones down too. Yeah. Jewish and so on and so forth. They take all of them. It just depends on who's up for tribute. Who's the sacrificial lamb this year or this month, type of situation. They will sometimes, you'll have a bigger situation going on with the star that they're trying to protect. So they'll use the ones that, because Diddy the reason why this is so big, he has a lot of star power. Okay. Very important figure, powerful figure. So there could be something going on with another powerful figure that they have, but this one they're protecting. So put him up on display. Put all his tea out here because we're taking him down anyway. Push him to the forefront while we're burying and suppressing these other stories. The people that, we really don't want taken down because we still have use for them. At this point in time, they have no use for Diddy. They're the elite. His spot has been filled. It's time for him to go. And somebody like him, a mogul, they have to destroy from ground up. They got to rip them apart. Think about the Trade Center, the World Trade Center is falling. That is how it will be, a collapse. So there's nothing. Rubbish, ash, debris, it's all that will be left. And it starts off chaotic. It does. They do it deliberately. That raid, simultaneous, deliberate. They wanted everybody paying attention to it. So while we all looking at the news and looking at these blogs and all of this stuff about Diddy, whatever else is going on, we have no idea. We have no idea. If Diddy wasn't going through what he was going through when Cardi B got arrested, that would have been way bigger. Way bigger. Well, nobody's even paying attention to that. So just the fact of everything that's going on with Diddy because he's so powerful. So with other things going on, you're not even focused on it. Could care less just because of, and the media wants you to. So with those raids being that big simultaneously on the same day, the media wanted us paying attention to it. So it was something else that was going on that they didn't want us looking at. They wanted all of our attention on that. All of our attention. When September 11th happened, do you know all the stuff that was going down in the background? All the illegal things that were going on? Debts being removed and erased and stuff all at the same time. you know, all of this other stuff that's going. We're looking at the trace and like, oh my God, those poor people, you know, all this. We're worried, just stressed, praying, all of this, just this tragedies going on. While the elite, the bigger figure there, it's a whole bunch of stuff they're doing. And it's like, we have no idea. We're paying no attention to it because our eyes are on this. So it's the same thing with Diddy. There's something big going on that they don't want us paying attention to. And he is big enough to avert our attention. Absolutely. So it is like a sacrifice, if you will. This is deliberate. This isn't, you know, for bells and whistles. No. This is big. Okay. And it's not just going to go away. It's too big to go away. You think they're going to do all of this stuff and then just give him a slap on the wrist? There's no one he can pay right now. Diddy's been working with the feds. So it's weird when people say like, oh, Diddy paid the feds off. You can't pay off people you've been working with. Like, what you want the day shift too? Because you already work with the night shift. Now you want to pay the day shift? Like, that doesn't make any sense. He's been working with the feds. That's nothing new. That's why with them coming for him, them doing these raids and whatnot, let you know that he has no alliance with the feds. It's over for him. Like, there is no alliance with the. They come into your crib like that, and you think that any way, shape, or form. No, it's over. You pay them to prevent raids. And so this what you pay, the prevention. You don't pay them and get like you. If I'm paying feds, a raid happened to me, it's a problem. It's a problem. I pay you too much money to not know about these type of things. Somebody in trouble. And a lot of trouble. Okay? I've been paying y'all millions of dollars for y'all to stay ahead of this so that I can sleep at night, so that I ain't got to worry about none of this. And this what you do? So that means there's no longer an alliance. The alliance has been broken because of the higher ups. The elite said it's over for him. Get rid of him. Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. And I'm a girl. So, yeah, there's something way bigger going on that they don't want us paying attention to. And they're using Diddy as their conduit. But it's not because people try to make Diddy look innocent. He's not innocent. You can't take down a person that is. Now, if they were putting a bunch of fake allegations, none of this stuff is true. They ain't got no receipts back in it, which is a bunch of full lies. Look at T.I. and Tiny. They went through what they went through with allegations and all of that stuff, but they came out of it. They came out of it. There wasn't no raids and stuff done on their. No, none of that stuff happened to them. Because there wasn't receipts big enough to prove enough for that type of stuff to happen. But with Diddy, whole nother story. So he is guilty of doing these things, but he just feels like since he's paid people and he knows other people that he did it with, that if they ain't going down, why am I? But you're not doing the same things that they're doing. You're not making the same moves that they're making. You want some other shit. You know? That's where the cockiness comes in. Because you feel like you see Ashton Kutcher and Clive Davis and all these other people doing stuff. You think you can do it too. You think because Epstein got an island, you can have one too. No. Epstein went down for a reason. He was a sacrifice. We were all so distracted in what was going on with him that it was something way bigger going on. Okay, same thing with Diddy. This is what they do. All of that being on national TV, ABC News, every news you turn on, Diddy. That's on purpose. They control the media. They only show us what they want us to see. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, let's get into Nancy Grace. So I just wanted to read that part because the lawsuit is not like out yet from what I know. I know it's being filed, but it's not out yet. But I did want you guys to. son. It's so weird. Okay, let's get into what Nancy had to say, and I'm a girl. Let's get into Nancy.
No one around them speaking out ever, traveling freely across the U.S., keeping homes in California, in New York, in Florida, yachts that take them onto the high seas outside of U.S. jurisdiction in the international waters. And important from my perspective right now, surveillance cameras. According to sources, there are literally hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of hours of surveillance video of Sean Combs and his staff committing wrongdoing. This while one of the most iconic music figures in our lifetime, Sean Combs, has issued a statement where he rails about character assassination and how he has been mistreated. Let me tell you, as a crime victim myself, he doesn't know his rear end from a hole in the ground. If he's talking about his character assassination, with me, an all-star panel to make sense of what we know right now, but in the face of an expanding, a widening sex traffic investigation, I want you to take a listen to our friend Dave Mack at Crime Online.
Sean Combs, his girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, and rapper Jamal Shine Barrow were involved in a fight that included shots being fired at a New York nightclub in 1999. One of the victims of the shooting, Natanya Rubin, has claimed all along that Sean Combs shot her, not Barrow, and she's
been ignored because she's black. And that's just what that were. Gabe, so we're about to get into this. Shout out to hold on, let me. Okay. Shout out to Chi-Town for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I love you. Thank you, sweetie. Shout out to Badass Woman. Beverly, love you, sweetheart. She says, hey, Sean, everywhere, enjoy your content. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And I'm a girl. I love you, sweetheart. Shout out to Leah. Make sure I shout you out, Leah. Shout out to you, sweetheart. Thank you for the super sticker. Shout out to Michelle. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for the super sticker I deserve. Shout out to Latasha for becoming a member. Go on, girl. Shout out to Kay Johnson for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to Tasha, my sweetheart. She's always here. Shout out to you. She says, love you down, Sean, everywhere. I love you too. Shout out to Miss Phoebe. She says, what about Phoebe, Sean? Now, looky here. Phoebe was a little skank. And I'm a girl. Thank you so much for the super sticker, sweetheart. Shout out to Brenda as well for the super sticker. She says, Sean, sweetie, you are working overtime. Love it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you guys. You guys are so sweet. Shout out to Shauna for the Cash App. Thank you so much. I deserve. Shout out to Sonia as well for the Cash App. Thank you so much. And Chanel. Again, go Chanel. Yes. And shout out to Raina as well for the Cash App. Thank y'all so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
she's willing to have doctors remove a piece of bullet that is still in her face to prove it. Shine Barrow took the heat for the shooting and goes to prison for nearly 9 years, while Combs is acquitted of 4 counts of criminal possession of a weapon and bribery. Lopez was never charged.
Wow. Why do I care what happened all the way?
Lopez was never charged, but she may be about to be. Now, in Jennifer's case, if this case gets reopened, she will be in trouble. Charges will be brought up against her too. Okay. Not only did she hand him the weapon, after he got done pow-powing it, he gave it back to her. He gave it back. She went court line acting like she didn't know what happened. She didn't know what went on. It was just a crazy night. Everything was so confusing. She also knows that Diddy pow-powed Natanya. She knows that. She saw it. She was right there. Right there. How you know she knows? Because she handed Diddy the weapon. She lied. Jennifer Lopez. She did. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm a girl.
All the way back in 1999, because that case is now being reopened, not necessarily for a prosecution. As you will recall, Sean Puffy Combs was acquitted in gun charges stemming out of that incident. But why do I care if it's reopened? For a lot of different reasons. And you're hearing that now a woman allegedly involved in that shooting, a nightclub shooting, is willing to have part of a bullet dug out of her face. You're seeing shots of Combs on Rolling Stone and Billboard, a guy
Gay.
of this ilk with a fortune this immense, who will be willing to speak out against him?
Who will be willing to speak out against him? Put some lotion on your face, because your face, of course, Daddy, needs you to put some lotion on your face. And I'm a girl. Gays. Yes, J-Ho had the weapon in her purse. She took the weapon out when Diddy asked her for it, because Diddy was walking past and he bumped into this man, but he did a real gay. Okay? You know, you walking past and then you in a club and then you accidentally bump and, kind of, and I'm a girl. But Diddy didn't bump him. Diddy went like this. He did all of that. So his arm went up to do, he put his arm up to do, trying to take it, and I'm a girl. This was Diddy hand. Diddy with her point, and then there was a dude walking past, and then his finger, Diddy's finger got in a dude's face, but he also went like this. He also went like this to the dude. That was Diddy hand. Gays. Real gay. And the dude was like, man, what you doing, bruh? Dead ass? Oh, you dead ass? Hey, yo, dog. And I'm a girl. Okay? And then J-Ho was over there off of everything. Okay? She's sitting there. So he said, hand me the gun. She's like, now, papi. And I'm a girl. So then she reached inside of her purse and handed it to him. And then he was like, blocka, blocka. So then he was like, blocka, blocka. Natanya and I'm a girl got, pow right here and I'm a girl. So she has saw J-Ho and the diddler. Okay? That's what that word. Now he was too scared to point it at the man, so he pop out a Natanya and I'm a girl. Gays. He said, take that. And then he handed Jayla the weapon, J-Ho, and she put it back into her purse and was like, just in a club, just lit. Okay? So then they had to go grab her because they all running and whatnot. She's still sitting there waiting for tonight. And then security grabbed her and was like, girl, you too. And I'm a girl. Girl, you better come on, girl. So then she had came with them. Gays.
With me, an all-star panel to make sense.
Shout out to Ghost
right
for the
now,
super
straight
sticker.
out
Thank
to Kella
you.
Brantley, investigative reporter, dailymail.com, who's on the story from the very beginning. If we're going all the way back to a 1999 incident.
Shout out to Stacy for the super sticker. Thank you so much, Stacy, for the super sticker. Oops.
That's the best day's work J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, ever did. And man, she is a superstar, is getting rid of Sean Combs. That did it. She was a beautiful.
He got rid of her. Nancy, what the fuck are you talking about, Miss White Lady? Nancy with the beehive. Girl. She did not leave him.
Full, talented, up-and-coming superstar making her way in the entertainment business. She gets tied up with Combs, and all of a sudden people are shot. 3 shooting victims, as I recall, at a nightclub.
Nancy. She was using the black guy. Don't try to make it seem like she was in love and none of that. No, she was not. Okay. He was in a relationship with Kim. He just went home to Rapunzel, the woman he was wouldn't let out the house, Kim Porter. And I'm a girl. I'm like, yeah. And J-Ho wouldn't have got none of her music, and I'm a girl. Yes. Diddy stole them songs from black women, and I'm a girl, to give to J-Ho. So now, Nancy, look at here. Jennifer was not with him. No, she was using him. That's all. Influence, all of that stuff. She broke him. He broke her into hip hop. Yeah. He made her accepted, just like Tiger did with Kylie Jenner and something. He made her accepted in the hip hop community. Okay, to where she was already stealing pop songs from people she wanted to embark in R&B because R&B was really big, and he stole music for her from other artists like Shantae Moore and so many others. Gave her the tracks, okay, for a public image. Because Kim Porter wasn't doing it. Kim Porter wasn't a good enough beard at the time. Okay, him walking on red carpets with Kim Porter, he looked gay. She made sure of it. Okay, so that's why he had to get J-Ho. That's why he had to go get her. He had to get somebody a more appeasing beard. Okay, because J-Ho was known, and everybody that wasn't sleeping with her wanted to. Just like Cassie. Cassie she was beautiful. So the diddler knew that a lot of people was gonna be on her row. That's why he didn't want her to blow up too fast. Because he was trying to own her. He wanted to own her before she blew up. And I'm gonna before she blew up, she waited. So that's all that were. So the Cass could be a good beard. And that's what J-Ho was, but J-Ho was actually using him, girl.
Club in New York, and there she is hauled into the precinct. Bye-bye. Sadly, I don't think this case is going to end as quickly as that one did for Combs. Kayla Brantley, give me the latest.
So Diddy is acting, Nancy, like he is completely innocent. He came out with that statement saying he will fight to prove his innocence. And he's actually been out and about in Miami acting like he is a perfectly man. He was seen with his twin daughters golfing and then stopping by a restaurant and seen by fans. He put his signature L for brother love up to the camera. And then he was seen on a dock in Miami over the weekend, shirtless in white swimming trunks, acting as if he has no care in the world. So obviously here we're seeing somebody who hasn't taken fault for anything and will continue to fight to prove his innocence.
You know, has he heard about the shooting victim that's offered to have a bullet dug out of her face in order to be used against Sean Combs? I mean, because that would worry me if a person that was shot in the face by me or my hench people, and they want to have the bullet dug out now, all these years later, I got to ask myself, why? Why now? That doesn't concern him.
He's had a raid on his home and on his two homes, and it seems like nothing has fazed him so far. So much so as on Easter, he posted a photo for the first time of his young daughter, just with the caption, "Happy Easter, baby love," and notably disabled the comments from that. And we can understand why.
Are you telling me that he's gone dead on his social? That's hard to believe.
Well, he did post the photo and, again, acts like nothing's wrong. But he doesn't want any comments. You can imagine what kind of comments would be.
Girl, he turned them comments on. Girl, Diddy, you better not turn on them comments. Because if you turn the comments on your picture, I'm lighting your ass up. Even a picture of the baby. I'm lighting you up. I don't care that you putting up a picture of this little goddamn girl. I don't even know why she's still around you. Shame on her mama, because you wouldn't be nowhere near my baby. And I'm a girl. Yeah, I don't get no goddamn that you put her up so. Don't get this baby cussed out. He want to use her as a shield. No, move that baby. Move, little girl. Move. Come here. We want your daddy. Girl, please. No. No. I don't get no good goddamn. Move, Delilah. Move, Jesse. Move. Because y'all could get cussed out too. Y'all about to be 18. Y'all could get cussed out too when I'm a girl. I mean, it is what it is. The little baby love, girl, girl, go be a baby. What you around us for anyway? I don't know why he keep putting pictures up for what? And he think that's cute. Trying to use her as a shield. You know what she looked like. That's all that matters. We don't care what she looked like. We don't care. We asked you what the is Ava. We asked about Ava. We asked about love. We asked about that baby. We ain't say nothing about her. Where's Ava? Why you posting every daughter but that one? You better keep your comments off, hope. You keep literally using his baby as a shield. It's like somebody pow and then you pick a child up and put a child in front of you, so that because he already know. You already know. Why put up a picture of this kid? Why try to hide behind the kid? No, we don't care. Nothing about her. It ain't being rude. We don't care about your daughter. We don't care. Long she's fine, she's healthy. That's all we care about. We don't care to see her. We don't care to see her being. We don't care about none of that. She ain't no star. She a baby. Like, let her be a baby. Yeah. Absolutely. Very so much giving Nino Brown, just for the comments. Very so much giving Nino Brown in that scene when he picked up the child and put the child. That's very so much what that's giving. Him posting pictures of the little girl. Like, stop doing that. That's weird. You know the energy on you right now. Why post innocent? Leave innocence out of it, because that's why he keep doing it, to show it, because he has no innocence. She ain't nobody. What you showing her for? We don't need to see her for what? We didn't know she was in danger. She's not. Oh, okay. Let her be a baby. Let her be a child. Like, you're weird.
You know, also in the past days, his son has come out and demanded everyone, quote, stop the lying. I guess he thinks the feds are lying in all of their claims. Guys, you're seeing video that was given to us by our friend Harvey Levin over at TMZ. This is
what's going on with this Nancy girl? Because I'm agreeing with Nancy right here too as well. He's acting not necessarily delusional. I think Diddy feels like, because since he has so much on other people, and since other people have done this with him, that if they're safe, he's safe. He has a rude awakening coming. With this investigation, he don't know exactly what it entails. He has clues, just like we have clues. But if the Homeland Security, the ones that did the raid, this case was kept so hush-hush that they didn't even find out until when they got to Diddy's house that they were raiding Diddy and Diddy's house. They had no idea. No clue. No clue. So they kept this very hush-hush. So if they've done that, who knows what other information they have? I'll be sure. Here's another thing too. Why I say this is not over when it comes to Kim Porter. I'll be sure said some time ago that Kim Porter came to him, called him about some bad stuff, right? And Albie told her to go to the feds. He told her to go to the FBI. What if she did? What if she did? Is that why she's not here? Is that why she's not here? What if she did? We all know Diddy's been working with the feds. What if his rat called him and let him know, like, hey, so you know Kim Porter, you know, the mother of your children, She just dropped a case off us about you. When New York said that there was a case on Diddy, Sean Combs, that was sealed, nobody could get to it. This was before Cassie's lawsuit. Was that Kim Porter? Never know. They said it's been super hush-hush. Super hush-hush. So who knows how far back, if it's already stemming back to the 90s. Okay. It's a high probability. Did Kim die? Not because of the tell-all book, because she went to the feds. Is that why Albie Shore was so sure that she was murdered? Because he told her to go to the feds, to the FBI, and she did. Knowing she will be believed, back and get with receipts, is that why her life ended? What were they looking for when after Kim Porter died and her house, it was Diddy's house, but the house that she lived in, it was burglarized. What were they looking for? Now, was that what they were looking for, the tell-all book? Diddy sold the house not too soon after. He put that house on the market. Girl, this could get real deep. This could get real deep.
Immediately after the search of one of Sean Puffy Combs' home. And you're looking at about, I don't know, maybe $100,000, $200,000 worth of sneakers alone, running shoes. Yeah. That said, there's a lot of complaining that the feds, yay, you know you're in trouble when the feds roll up to your front yard in an armored vehicle wearing Kevlar. Now they're complaining they messed the place up. I'm surprised it wasn't more ransacked than that, looking for secret hidey holes, false walls, you name it. I remember a case I prosecuted where I had my invaluable dog witness. There was a fake wall in a drug lord's home.
I was thinking that too, because I'm like, because Nancy give like Sketcher. Nancy give a little piece of Fate of Glory. She do. A little piece. A little piece of Fruit of the Loom. Because I was wondering that too. I'm like, you're giving Skechers. Like, let me find out, Nancy, you was dating a nigga.
And the dog, my star witness, kept hitting on the wall. And there was nothing to see.
We talked about that. Shout out to Sunstar for the super sticker. We talked about that in the last video. It could be. It could be. They are stating that this is just the tip of the iceberg. So with it being just the tip of the iceberg, who knows? I am interested in to see what all comes out of this investigation. I'm very curious. I don't. That's a good question. I can't say yes and I can't say no. Thank you for the super sticker.
And figured out it was fake wall, and then behind the fake wall was a stash of well over $1 million worth of cocaine, automatic weapons. Bad. And this was about less than a mile from an elementary school. So I'm surprised Combs' home wasn't more torn up than what we're seeing. Now, speaking of what we are seeing from our friends over at TMZ.
Yeah, Nancy, I was a little annoyed about that too. I was like, no, they need to tear this motherfucker up. I'm like, no, take rip the walls out, take these, but like, tear this motherfucker up. Now look at here. Nancy, girl, I feel like the reason they really didn't tear it up, girl, because they've been working with him for a long time. The feds and them, girl. So they knew exactly where to go. Your friends, Nancy, girl, they knew exactly where to go. Like they done been to the parties and shit too. So I'm here flip. So you don't really have to, if you know exactly where all the skeletons are buried, why dig on that side of the house when you know they over here? You know. So yeah, girl.
See, take a listen to this.
The Combs investigation is drawing comparisons to that of Jeffrey Epstein after Rodney Little Rod Jones' lawsuit was filed. Jones accuses Combs of sexually assaulting him and other victims on multiple occasions. Combs' yacht is also drawing comparisons to Jeffrey Epstein, as Combs is accused of luring victims onto a yacht he rents for trips to the Virgin Islands and sexually assaulting guests on the yacht.
With me, as I said, an all-star panel, and right now we're going to break it down. Nobody thought that Jeffrey Epstein would ever go to jail. Prince Andrew didn't. I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat, but I can guarantee you when Clinton was taking a walk with Epstein in front of God and everybody, I bet he didn't ever think Epstein's going to jail. I bet all those high-powered politicos, royalty, you name it, never believed that their good friend Jeffrey Epstein would not only go to jail, but end up killing himself, according to reports, over sex claims. Is that what we're seeing now?
Girl, don't say over reports like that, Nancy. Girl, if you just seen Epstein the other day at a party, let us know, girl.
Panel to hear this and jump in. To you, Nima Rahmani, joining me, former federal prosecutor, which is what I'm interested in right now. Also, the president of West Coast Trial Lawyers and high-profile trial attorney in that jurisdiction. Nima, think about it. Nobody ever thought Epstein would go down, right? But look at the comparisons. I'm very intrigued by the fact that they both used yachts. They both would travel into international waters to wrongfully do their deeds. Now,
that's not surprising, because the reason I feel that it's not surprising is because, one, Diddy was on the Epstein list. Two, Diddy openly showed support for Epstein before his allegations and whatnot. He also didn't jump on the bandwagon to try to take Epstein down. So you have to think about that even in this case with Diddy. There's not people like Jay-Z and others that are jumping on the bandwagon to take Diddy down, for the simple fact is that they may have a lot of dealings that wouldn't show them in a good light as well. Them breaking the law as well. Them doing things that they shouldn't do as well. So going into international waters, committing these crimes will make it more so a person feels like, well, since I didn't do it here, I can't be charged with it. But the laws are tricky when it comes to, because if you're a citizen of countries, the law is the law. It is what it is. It doesn't matter where you did it at. If both of y'all are from America coming back to America, it is what it is. A crime is still a crime, So if you took me somewhere on a yacht and you R-worded me on that yacht and we're both from America, when we get back, I can get charges brought up on you for R-wording me. It doesn't matter that, we were on a boat. We're both Americans, okay? They have a law, and they have to abide by it. So you can still get charges and stuff brought up on people. And then you can also sue all type of stuff, for what happened. So you don't get to take a child into international waters and and just do unspeakable things to them and then bring them and then come back to America with them and they'll be like, well, it didn't happen here. So since it doesn't work like that. It does not. A crime is still a crime. Okay. That's just what that were. You still did it and it's still against the law. It doesn't matter that you weren't here when you did. I don't care if you went on a vacation into Europe and you did unspeakable things and then you come back here and the person you did unspeakable things to is like whatever. And so that's not surprising. What's surprising to Diddy is that y'all are allowing, the elite is allowing these things to be put in the forefront when he has learned this behavior from other bigger figures. So he feels if they're safe, he's safe, and he's not. This is just showing more and more that he is going down and in the worst way. So it's not surprising that people, no different than R. Kelly and all of these men have these things in common because they have been taught them. Diddy has been taught to be who he is. That's why he's bestowing it upon his children, to where it's like father, like son. To why Quincy and Christian and Justin and all of them don't feel that the law applies to them, because of it don't apply to their father. You know, he's done so many things and gotten away with it and continues to get away with these things. So why can too? They're adopting this really bad behavior. Okay, absolutely.
Now, all of this amounts to allegations against Combs. Nothing has been proven. It has been proven against Epstein. Private planes, private yachts, taking them again into international waters outside the U.S. jurisdiction. That does not mean the long arm of the law cannot reach them. But their modes of travel, remember these so-called Lolita Express that Epstein used, had a lot of high-profile politicians and stars on his plane that he would take to his private island. The homes that I find very interesting, Nima Ramani, are in California, Florida, and New York and beyond. Why? Why is that apparently their choice of where these activities and nefarious activities are taking place? We got to examine that, Nima. What is interesting about that also is the use of hidden cameras. We believe, and according to a witness, is catching literally thousands of hours of what could be state's exhibit number 1. Jump in, Nima.
In the Epstein case, you have to give credit to the victims like Virginia
Sexy Red is the new Soldier Boy. Tell him.
Free, who wouldn't let the story go after Alex Acosta gave him a sweetheart deal. And here, really, it started with Cassie Ventura, and then others have come forward. Now, we know that abusers, people that sexually abuse young women, they often use intermediaries or others to groom the victims. And obviously, we know about Ghislaine Maxwell, but here you have his chief of staff, Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Horam, who's alleged and named in Little Rod's lawsuit. And of course, he is really the impetus for, I think, these search warrants. He's the one that talked about these hidden cameras throughout the residences. He's the one who had names of other rich and powerful.
Diddy is very afraid. Diddy is saving face. It's only a matter of time. He knows that when they come kicking down his doors, the next time it's going to be to arrest him. Diddy is very so much afraid. He is just doing what anybody else would do, just trying to relax and hoping for the best. Is all that word. He knows what's coming down on him. He just doesn't know how. But at the end of the day, he just what else do you do? What else do you do if you got all this jail time that could be possibly over your heads, where they're taking you away from your amenities and your coin and all of that stuff, because you're not powerful in jail. You got to be free in order to keep that power, to keep people afraid, and all of that stuff. Like Suge Knight was scary outside of jail, but in prison he wasn't as scary. He wasn't, he was contained. With Diddy being contained, it makes people feel better. A lot of people have not come forward. Imagine the people that were going to come forward once he gets arrested, because then a lot of people will feel safe. A lot of people will feel better coming forward, knowing that they'll be okay, knowing that something won't happen to them. People are going to come out the floodgates when he gets arrested. Absolutely.
People like Cuba Gooding Jr., who are allegedly involved in all this. So we know that Diddy had a lot of connections here in Los Angeles, where I will live, in Miami, in New York, business connections. And I wouldn't be surprised if these allegations are proven, Nancy, that there's other rich and famous people who are involved in this, much like Jeffrey Epstein.
Man, we never heard anything more about those so-called hidden cameras.
And again, like you said, other rich and famous people, the Ashton Kutchers, the Ushers, there's so many other people that Cuba. Okay.
In Epstein's place, we never really heard everything in the little black book full of names and clients, accordingly in Giselle Maxwell's possession. Will that be the same here? Is anybody actually going to prosecute Combs? Because we've heard a lot about searches and raids by home security investigators. Where's the charge? Because Nima, I was a Fed for 3 years, and you were Fed much longer than that. When the state moves on a search warrant, they've got you. They got you by the, let me think of a nice way to say it, by the short hairs. It's over. By the time they pull up on your block, it's done. You might as well start working on a guilty plea right then. So what's the holdup? Why are we hearing all about the raids and then there's no charge?
Because the people like you, the elite, Nancy girl, like you said was a Fed. You still a Fed, sweetie. But yeah, there are people that they do not want attached to it. Okay. They have to protect people. So you got to get your story straight. Okay. This is to bury Diddy. So they don't want to line nothing up to when they get in the courts where this is another Epstein. There are certain people that they do want protected. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Okay. There's plenty of people with dirty hands in the situation. Okay. So they're weeding out the people of protection. So when they turn the case in, when they come and get him, it's ironclad against him, his team, and the people that work for him. Okay. So that it could come take down the whole empire, not just part of it. Not just part of it. And they want to make it so that people turn. So they want a lot of people to turn their back on Diddy in this process. People are iffy right now because Diddy is a powerful figure. So you have some people that are ready to pounce, like, let's get him, like the Cassies and people like that. And then you got people that aren't so sure. That's just like, ooh, I don't know. But if it's getting this deep, because with his team, Diddy's stock has went down. Like they stopped playing like 80% of Bad Boy music, Diddy music. Like they literally, like his stock is plummeting. It's going down. These allegations are destroying him. This raid is destroying him. Right? Business venture wise, all of that stuff is plummeting, stepping down from positions, and this is bad. Like really, 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 really bad. Stepping down as chairman and stuff like that of like Revolt, and stuff like that. That check leaves with him too. Okay, that's why he sold Revolt. So that means there's no more income coming in from that. There's no more income coming in from De Leon. There's no more income coming in from Sean John. There's really no income coming in right now for Universal Music Group and his music. The Love album is tanked. It's bad. It's all bad. So at this point, he's trying to save face because it's over. So people are, and I think that's another thing the feds are doing right now, also talking to new witnesses and whatnot to get them to testify or whatever, because it has to be ironclad, open shut. They want to take him down, not just partially. He got to go. So they're not trying to take this into court, and there's a lot of discrepancies on their end to where they could pretty much just let him go scot-free. That's already happened. The elite has already given him his chance with that. They're not giving him another one. So when the feds come forward with the elite's blessing, make it ironclad. Just like with R. Kelly, make it ironclad. Bring up as many charges as you need to. Hear out all the victims. Pull up old things that were buried and suppressed. All of that stuff. Have publications. There are already 4 surviving P. Diddy's in the works with networks. 4 networks are already working on it. After surviving R. Kelly, they wouldn't got him. Absolutely. This is why Diddy is so worried about the public perception and why he and his attorneys are saying that this is a witch hunt, and things like in that nature, because they know public opinion matters. And it can affect. Okay, the bigger the case is, the harder it is to have a jury that truly don't know who the person is. Because that's how most juries are supposed to go in, like not knowing the person or, not knowing much about them, so that it can be an unbiased judgment and whatnot. When it comes to Diddy, it's too big. So with it being so big, it would be considered a witch hunt if the things weren't true. The majority of the stuff is true. So it's easier for them to take you down. Same thing with R. Kelly. Some of those things and allegations against R. Kelly were not true. They weren't. But the majority of them were. And there was receipts backing said information. Documents, birth certificates, all type of stuff that made it so that, yeah, you committed a lot of crimes. 100%. There's been a lot of talk of, herpes and Diddy and, and stuff being passed, but it's been a lot of talk of that stuff. Same thing with Robert Sylvester. He got charged with things like that too. knowingly, giving certain, there's all type of stuff. They basically put a piece of paper on a dartboard and they like put as many darts inside of this as you can so that they could keep the person. So they made sure that there was no way R. Kelly was going to get off. They made sure. Same thing with Epstein. They made sure Epstein wasn't going to get off. Same thing with Weinstein. They made sure he wasn't going to get off. Same thing with Diddy. They're going to make sure he is not able to get off. He is not. They've torn down men that were more powerful than Diddy. Look at Suge Knight. Suge Knight was way more powerful than Diddy. Suge Knight was making way more money than Diddy in the beginning with his roster of artists and opening up nightclubs and restaurants and all types of stuff. He was making way more money than Diddy. Absolutely was. And if they tore him down, the empire he created, the record label, the music, they would do the same thing to Diddy. The same thing. And Diddy been known that this was happening. That's why he gave the majority of the publishing back to his artist, and stuff like that. Instead of certain things being taken away from him, he wants to give it away. Because he knows. He knows his time is up. And I believe his time became up with Kim Porter. What happened to Kim Porter made his time up.
Oh, I think the indictment is happening any day now, Nancy. And you're right, times are changing. What was tolerated before, the Epsteins, R. Kellys of the world, Weinsteins, you name it. I mean, they are going down. I mean, this is something that federal prosecutors are now taking very seriously. We know the Southern District of New York is quarterbacking. They're the best of the best. So they have probable cause, they have PC to get search warrants executed by a federal judge. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're presenting the case to the grand jury this week. Diddy may seem comfortable on social media and in the shorts and golfing, but he's likely going to be arrested in a matter of days. Believe it.
The investigation into sexual assault allegations against Sean Combs is bringing.
So again, he states that he feels that this will happen in a fair use. He feels that Diddy will be arrested. And again, this is why I think Diddy is going around, riding bikes, all of this stuff and whatnot. This is why I think so. They come in to get you, and they come in to get you. So he can ride around and go golfing. What else is he supposed to do? Just sit in the house and stare at the wall and be depressed? No. They will be getting him. They're coming. They just want to make sure when they get him, they keep him. So it's certain stuff that and I do believe that they're hiding information and, for other,
bringing up similar details to the Jeffrey Epstein investigation, where it was determined Epstein was aided in his abuse by his girlfriend, Elaine Maxwell. The Rodney Lil Rod Jones lawsuit alleges Sean Combs has an aide who plays a similar role to what Maxwell did for Epstein in helping procure potential victims for Combs. The Jones lawsuit further alleges there's evidence of the sexual assaults and sex trafficking as hidden cameras record everything throughout the Combs homes, which is why homes in LA and Miami were raided.
Guys, right now, is an indictment prepared and ready to take to a vote for a grand jury? With me an all-star panel, but I'm going to run right back to Nima Romani. This is how it works. We've all heard the phrase, you could get a grand jury to indict a ham sandwich. I don't know if that's true, but I can tell you this. Whoever is leading the grand jury, and I presented to a grand jury for months and months and months, you bring in typically one witness, if you can, one witness, preferably the lead investigator, and they give a recap to the grand jury, which typically, depending on the jurisdiction, is 20 to 40-ish people on the voter registration that live in that jurisdiction, i.e. that county or that district. They listen to the witness. They rarely ask questions. Sometimes they do. And then the witness leaves. Bam, vote. That's called a true bill or an indictment. If they decide not to indict, which is probably at the request of the prosecutor, it's a no bill of indictment. Are you telling me, Nima Romani, you believe the indictment, the federal grand jury indictment, has already been drawn up, in other words, typed out with all the counts, and it's waiting for a grand jury presentment or vote or to be made public?
Oh, Nancy, I do. That indictment has been drafted. If you're the feds, you don't go into someone's home like Diddy unless you're ready to indict. And this is why. First of all, we saw that armed law enforcement presence. Violence may ensue. But from a legal perspective, from a case perspective, people may disappear, they may flee the jurisdiction, and evidence may be destroyed. Those search warrants are the final step of the investigation because when you're the feds, you have the luxury of waiting when you're.
Look. Oop, Christian Combs' alleged sexual assault reportedly captured on audio recording during the studio session. Woman is heard saying, "Don't touch my legs like that. Take your hand off my arse." Mm. Mm. And I'm a girl. Shout out to Antoinette for the cash app. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you, sweetheart. And shout out to, okay, I said, okay. I thanked her already. Thank you. Yes. So y'all, please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. So this happened in the studio. Let's read this article from the Neighborhood Talk. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk. More info is coming out about the SA lawsuit against Diddy's son, Christian Combs. And it looks like Diddy has been named as a defendant as well. Okay. That's why it says that in the title, because she's not just suing Christian, she's suing Diddy as well. According to court documents, a woman named Grace O. Marquez, or something like that, claimed she was SA'd by Christian on a yacht in 2022 and that Diddy aided his behavior. The woman says she has audio of Christian seemingly assaulting her because there was a studio on the yacht where Christian was recording at the time with none other than Lil Rod. If you can recall, Lil Rod is the reason Diddy is being investigated for African. Now, it appears the producer was collecting evidence the entire time he was employed by Diddy. But let's stay focused. Grace says she was working as the staff for the charter service and Christian took a liking towards her. She includes transactions of audio clips recorded by Rod that she states are evidence of her denying his advances as Christian calls her. Quote, "Excuse me, you don't touch my legs like that. I'll move my legs where I want to," Grace is heard saying in the recording. "If I want to do this, then I will. You don't touch my legs like that. Listen, you and everybody in the crew," Christian Combs allegedly replies. "I can't. I have to go down." The girl says, "I have to go down." Grace says she informed him that her boss would have to permit her to remain in the studio. So she was working and she was like, "Look at here. If my boss will say I can stay down here, I got to go and I got to go. So as far as I know, I got to go. My boss didn't say I can stay down here." Something she knew they wouldn't do. And Christian asked who he needed to speak to. "Who can I talk to? I'm going to say I requested you right now." So like, here's the thing. Why do you feel like ownership to people? Because you're dad. So this woman worked on the boat, the yacht, and she's just coming to do her job and then go back. And he's saying, because he's, I'm sure he ordered something or she was just bringing something down to them. He touching her legs, stuff like that. And she's like, don't touch me. Don't touch my leg like that. No, boy, don't touch me. And she said, "I got to go back upstairs. Like my boss, back downstairs because my boss don't, And he was like, "Well, who I need to talk to? So order you basically. Who I need to talk to tell them that you no longer doing it. You just going to sit down here with me. You're going to be my sex kitten. I'm going to just have my way with you. That's going to be your job. They can pay you to sleep with me. Instead of work, they can pay you to sleep with me. Who I need to talk to so that you don't have to work no more, so that you can work on me instead of that." That's what this conversation is giving. Well, who I got to talk to? Ew. Like, don't nobody want you, boy. Like, griv. Not caring if this woman in a relationship, married. a virgin that just doesn't want to be touched or anything like that, saving her. You know, he don't care. You know, just it's what it. Oh well. She says, okay. He says, I'm going to say I requested you right now. Christian said, according to the suit. Her quote, well, you can take your hand off my arse for the first thing, Grace responded. So on the video, she said, well, you can take your hand off my, like, for starters, let's start there. Grace responded. Grace says Christian pressured her to take shots which she believed had been spiked. She says the alleged had a deep impact on her mental health as well as her professional and personal life since her boss didn't believe the alleged happened. She is seeking unspecific damages. Girl, that is crazy. That is crazy. Wow. And he basically, like, Diddy just encouraging it, you know, like, yeah, go tell your boss that you stand down here with us. Take that. Like, no. And you just touching on this girl, touching all of her booty and legs and all of that stuff. Like, what is wrong with you? But like father, like son, I mean, they get that behavior from Diddy. Diddy makes them think that they can do anything, anytime they want. They can have the world and anything in it, anybody in it, and anybody in it. Hold on, let's get back. Let's get into Nancy
But
again.
from a legal perspective, from a case perspective,
Okay.
once you execute that search warrant, you put your target on notice, and you don't want to do that until you're ready. And I believe the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York is ready right now to prosecute.
They ready?
Sean Combs.
Let's get them.
Guys, I want to show you. Oh, yeah, you're seeing a video given to us by our friend Harvey Levin at TMZ, and it's right after the search at one of Combs' residence. I'd like to see, Liz, the photo of one of the parties that Sean Combs threw. Sean, Puffy, okay, there's that one where everybody's partying, and the other one is the one I'm trying to get to. Yeah, there. Okay, hold it. Where it says censored is a lady with no pants on, and that is her rear end and genitals right there in the party. Okay, but I don't care about that. The mirror you're seeing,
You sure? Nancy, you sure? You don't have to talk about her dress. Her dress is cute. It is what you mean, genitals and all of that stuff. Excuse me. You sure you don't care?
Around the circular mirror, and there's a guy right below it. Hench person. Just like Ghislaine Maxwell was a hench person for Epstein, this is Moy Bond. Moy Bond, if you'll see right here, we had to actually draw a diagram, a flow chart, so to speak, of all the people connected to this case. And there he is on your bottom right, Moy Bond. You think he's not rolling over right now? To Robert Crispin joining me, former federal task force officer for U.S. DOJ, that's Department of Justice, with the DEA in the Miami Field Division. Never a lack of business there. Former homicide and crimes against children investigator, now at CrispinInvestigations.com. Robert, one question for now. You think all the people we just showed on that flow chart aren't begging to sing for a plea deal? I mean, I'd have my lawyer on the phone yesterday.
They absolutely are. That's another reason I feel that they haven't tapped in and arrested Diddy yet, because they want to get these things done prior. So with new information coming forward, so when the lawsuit first came out, I'm sure a lot of them was like, you know, like they want to hear it, you know, But then when the lawsuit started to pick up traction, and this is like, oh, you know, whatnot, I'm sure a lot of them want to jump ship. They see these raids and stuff just like we see it. They are afraid. They are scared. And I think a lot of people, can y'all see the flow chart again? Absolutely. So all of these people, I feel, are fearful of being arrested. It's already listed that Ethiopia at the top next to Diddy, Ethiopia and Lucian are privately talking to the feds to take a deal. Ethiopia is allegedly willing to testify, but she just submitted paperwork by her attorney that came for Little Rod's attorney. So at this point in time, it's up in the air. Ethiopia could be doing that because she really is still Team Diddy, or she could be doing that to make Diddy think that she is still Team him. And then when they get it, it just goes into court, completely flip modes. When it comes to Lucian has not spoke much. He's just let his attorney speak for him because it's given that he is planning on turning. Very so much. Comes down to Brendan Paul the mule. He has, which is underneath the name Sean Combs. He has been arrested. He is out on bail right now as the mule. Moy Bond is who she was talking about. He is also a recruiter, just like Justin Combs. So Moy Bond does freak offs with Diddy, and so does Justin Combs. Justin Combs was listed in the lawsuit to be doing things with underage people, and Diddy being right there while it was going down. So Justin Combs does freak offs for Diddy. So does Moy Bond, and so does Lil Rod, the one who made the lawsuit. He was also a recruiter. If he was not a part of the one that filed the lawsuit, he would be right on the line over here with Justin Combs and Moy Bond, because that's what his title was as well, the recruiter. He would go to the like little bunny ranch, if you will, in Miami and go and get ex-workers and bring them back, and all of that. He would do the same thing. And then it drops down to Daphne Joy and Young Miami, which are the ex-workers. And then on the other side of the chart, you have the money holder, which is Frank Santella. He's Frankie Santella. He's the one that was sending, the escorts and the ex-workers and Brendan Paul and other people that needed to be paid underneath the radar. He was helping with that. And then you have Fahim at the bottom, who was head of the security, allowing all of these things to happen. So yeah, this flow chart go crazy. This flow chart go crazy. These are the main components of Lil Rod's lawsuit. The people who are spoke of often inside of the lawsuit. And I'm a girl, absolutely.
Not rolling over right now to Robert Crispin joining me, former federal task force officer for U.S. DOJ, that's Department of Justice, with the DEA in the Miami Field Division. Never a lack of business there. Former homicide and crimes against children investigator, now at CrispinInvestigations.com. Robert, one question for now. You think all the people we just showed on that flow chart aren't begging to sing for a plea deal? I mean, I'd have my lawyer on the phone yesterday working a deal so I wouldn't spend the next 50 years in the penitentiary.
Listen, they know it's coming, and they're trying to get the best seat in the house, and they're going to these prosecutors saying, what can I give you?
Large. Yay.
Let's sit down, let's talk, because those chairs are going to fill up really fast once this thing starts to unwind and once people start getting arrested. But if I can back up just 2 seconds about that search warrant, I'm not real sure that an indictment is going to come out this quickly, because there's a lot of electronics that were taken. And I will tell you from doing multiple.
Yeah, it's going to take time. Absolutely. But y'all still need to hurry up. Oh my God.
Search warrants and taking a lot of electronic devices. That stuff takes time to go through systematically. You got to retrieve data that's been deleted. And ironically, the hidden cameras that were in Diddy's house are probably going to be the same cameras that are going to sink him.
Hey, Crispin, you think the feds haven't done everything you just said except the cameras? Because if they'd gotten the cameras, Combs, I know you're on a first name basis with Sean P. Combs, but that said, I'm not. Combs and his staff would.
Okay, this is a lot of shade. First of all, why ask him a question if you feel like you already knew the answer? Let's start there. And then also you letting us know all of y'all is a part of the elite and y'all all work together because she said you know him by first name basis. I don't. So that's Nancy letting us know that he know Diddy personally. Hold on. And he don't deny it.
Crispin, you think the feds haven't done everything you just said except the cameras? Because if they'd gotten the cameras, Combs, I know you're on a first name basis with Sean P. Combs, but that said, I'm not. Combs and his staff would know.
She said, yeah, I know you, a Fed. Again, Diddy been working with the feds. I know you on a first name basis with Sean. I'm not. Yeah, you know him. I don't know him, but you do. Yeah. He didn't deny it. And you could tell how she's talking. She's saying it in a shady way. Like, I know you on the first name basis. Go on, Nancy girl. Ooh, girl. Now, I would have cut you out. But go on, Nancy girl. Yeah. You better get him, girl.
If those cameras had been seized off a yacht or at his locations where he lives, his domiciles, we don't know that yet. But everything you just talked about, I guarantee you the feds have done. I would not be surprised if they haven't been wiretapping him. I mean, they go all the way, Crispin, as you well know from your prior investigations. And I'm telling you, they would not have made a public raid, a simultaneous raid with assault weapons if they were not ready on their indictment. Those raids were used to support the indictment they've already drawn up. When I say drawn up, it's because you, a person, writes out the indictment. They may then later type it. But you write out the charges you think you can prove, and then you support it with the evidence. I guarantee you they've got the indictment ready to go. They're either waiting on a vote or they've already had a grand jury vote and they're waiting to go public. That's what I think is happening. Now, what is the fallout? How is Combs behaving? Because a jury can take into account what occurred before, during, and after. To Dr. John Delatorre joining me, a psychologist, mediator, specializing in forensic psychology, a witch hunt. You know, that's what always happens. When you have the crap coming at you, what do? You put it in a ball and you throw it back like a snowball at whoever threw it to start with. That's what's happening here. Witch hunt, it's like focus off all the evidence and focus on me. I'm being persecuted. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's 100% what that is. And that's part of being that's part of the motif, right? The thematic elements that it means to be an abuser. It's making the other person, the victims or whoever it is that's coming after you, making them the villains because in your mind, you haven't done anything wrong. Now, we don't know how he is actually responding when there aren't cameras around. I'm pretty sure he's furious and contacting his attorney about getting this thing fixed because in his mind, he's been able to get away with this for so long that he's forgotten that all of this stuff is abusive. He's forgotten all that stuff is unlawful. He doesn't care that all of this stuff has hurt so many people and he's contributed to so many further abuses of individuals who probably already been abused in their lives. He didn't care about any of that stuff. The only thing he ever cared about was himself and what he could get from other people.
Very true.
Oh, yeah. You know, we all have stories. Seriously, we all have stories. Mine is horrific and only 5 people know it. And I probably will never tell it. But it's since then I've been like, yep. And I also am very intimately aware that you tell your truth and you become victimized over and over and over and over and over and over. And mind you, I then interviewed him many times. I have a lot of stories, y'all. I've been in Hollywood for 25 years, maybe longer, 30. I got a lot of stories. Unfortunately, maybe I'll write a book one day, but it just is so traumatizing that women just want to live every day and feel safe. And when we revisit and revisit, we live in a state of victimhood and nobody wants to live there. So for those of you like, why didn't you say something then? Because we just want to live. We want to be happy. And we really want to forget the trauma. So there's that.
You are hearing Tamika Ray, former backup dancer for Sean Combs on Instagram. She states, I'll probably never tell this. Maybe I'll
Shout out to Katrina and shout out to Kelly for becoming members. Love y'all.
write a book. Well, how about to a grand jury? Because I would sure like to find out what she is talking about that was so upsetting and traumatizing that, frankly, right now,
Nancy, I don't, girl. I really don't. I don't. And the reason I don't is because it is very annoying and triggering. Okay. If she said that she didn't want to say anything because she was like going to talk to like federal agents and stuff like that and tell her side of the story, and then like maybe one day, when she feels comfortable enough to come forward and talk about it since it was so horrific, that she would. But I just feel like that's trash to come forward and be like, oh my God, I have all of these horror stories about him, but I'm not going to say anything because then shut up. Like no one is owed that. It's a very attention seeking. It's like, look at me. Oh, things happen to me too, but I would never talk about them. Would you never talk about them because you're not telling the truth? Because why bring up something that you're not willing to talk about? Don't bring it up. That's not anything we need to know. It's annoying when people say, I have something to tell you, but I can't. I want to tell you something so bad, but I just cannot. It's like, then why say anything? Because it's like you want me to ask. So it's like you want people to come to you and be like, well, what happened to you? What was so horrific? Can you tell us what happened? What happened? What happened? It's like you want people to do that, because then as soon as somebody approaches you and be like, oh my God, I heard that Diddy, it's like, oh, just stop. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Well, you wouldn't have to worry about, shooing people away or anything like that. It was just kept your mouth shut. I just think that that's weird. It's just like, shut the fuck up. No one's entitled to her story. If she does have a story or what she went through, and whatnot, she's entitled to that. Can nobody tell her when not to tell her, when it's appropriate, when it's not appropriate? She could, whatever. It belongs to her. But don't come forward with that. I wish I could tell you something, but I can't. Like that, it's very annoying. And it just makes it look like clout chase-ish, like you want attention, is what it gives. Very annoying.
she can't even talk about it. She just wants to live her life and be happy. What happened? What does she know? What does everybody around Sean Combs know that they don't want to say? In a career that has been marked by murder, untimely deaths, and prison, now finally are we at the point where a grand jury indictment is going to be handed down? If you saw him in the last few days, you'd think Sean Puffy P. Diddy Combs has not a care in the world. I don't know if that's true. Joining me, Kiala Brantley, investigative reporter, dailymail.com. But first, to Shannon Henry, president and founder of SASS, SASS, Surviving Assault Standing Strong, a nonprofit whose mission is to eradicate sex trafficking and violence against women and girls globally. Shannon Henry, I know that a lot of times SASS, your group, deals with pimps, sex trafficking, massage parlors, nail parlors, where you unearth the dregs of society taking advantage of underage girls and women that can't speak for themselves. I guess it's pretty rare that you get a media and music mogul, literally a music icon, in your crosshairs. But what can you tell us about prior incidents? We're mentioning untimely deaths, shooting, prison. What?
So, sure, Nancy, thank you. It's, we've worked with 20,000 women on 4 different continents. And when you're looking at the playbook, whether it's Epstein or Cosby or anyone else, there are certain criteria that they hit. Now, we know that with Sean, things have been riddled with violence, with grooming, with intimidation, physical violence, guns, pornography, underage girls, like you said, promises, sexual violence and abuse, emotional abuse, and his circle of croonies, who I call his bodyguards, that he pays off to keep everything quiet and intimidate other people in order to maintain control. But we do know about 2 incidents that have occurred also where there have been shootings, whether it was at the nightclub or it was at the recording studio. It just seems like no matter where he is, New York, LA, the Virgin Islands, Miami, whether he's on a yacht or he's in a car or he's at the studio.
And again, this pow-powing, we don't know if it was Diddy or if it was Justin. And I'm a girl. They are 100%. See, with the lawsuit, they keep updating the lawsuit. So Lil Rod has hundreds of hours of audio, right? So they're going along with the timeline. So when it gets to the part of the timeline to where this lawsuit is massive, imagine, you see how big Lil Rod's lawsuit is, how many pages it's turning into. Imagine if Cassie would have turned in a full lawsuit against Diddy with receipts, like Lil Rod doing, like with this. Imagine if she would have did that. She just gave a little summary, and that was still 70-something pages, just giving a summary of what happened. So imagine she would have told the full story. Lil Rod is telling the full story. So when it gets to the part where he's putting in information that things were happening to underage, like rather men, but to the boy part, when it gets there, that's when it will be submitted into the lawsuit. So then we'll be able to read on it. Like the Young Miami part, her being an ex-worker and all of that stuff, that wasn't in the lawsuit at first. Only thing that discussed her was that her cousin allegedly SA'd Lil Rod, or SA'd, harassed, whatever, Lil Rod. And then the next time she got put in the lawsuit was the update, amended, is that she was an ex-worker. So it keeps getting updated by the things that they keep filing in the lawsuit. So the files are not over. There's more stuff being added as, time goes on. This is a big lawsuit and a lot of information, and he has a lot of receipts. So I'm sure there's either going to be audio or something backing what happened to the young men that were there too, the ones that weren't of age. That will come. So they will be, because they have been, because they've been. If you go read through Lil Rod's lawsuit, what you're saying right here is mentioned multiple times. Like, it's not just brought up once and then just kind of forgotten about. Oh no. Lil Rod brings boys and girls a lot. Okay, so we're going to be getting into that too.
Bad things happen when he's around.
Oh, and with this photo, what I was explaining, they don't know if this was Diddy or Justin. So that's going to be interesting when this does go into court, because it will go into court. A pow-powing that there is public knowledge of. Here is proof that this happened inside of the studio. In the police report, it stated that it happened outside of the studio, that it was a drive-by. It was not. This happened inside of the studio, and here is proof, because there was never a suspect or anything like that. It was kind of like whoever did it to G just got away with it. Come to find out, either Diddy or Justin did it. Now, Lil Rod was 5 feet away from the bathroom, but he was not in the bathroom. So he does not know who actually pow-powed G. Only G knows who did it to him. And G said if he is subpoenaed, he will testify. Not only will he testify, there's 7 witnesses that night that saw him placed onto the street, brought out of the studio and placed onto the street. And Rod was smart, because he actually took pictures of the incident. So this photo is from the lawsuit, okay? It's from the lawsuit. And this is because, again, when this happened, the person that was pow-powed in the bathroom, which his nickname in the lawsuit is G, allegedly Diddy and Justin came into the bathroom with G, and they're at the studio, because this is at the studio. And there was an argument, but it was more so of Diddy and Justin having a problem with G. Now, we don't know exactly what the issue was, but while in the bathroom, there was pow-pows and shots, right? So then after that, Diddy exits the bathroom, and somebody else, I believe Justin exited the bathroom too. And then Lil Rod and others started to apply pressure and whatnot on G's wound. Diddy had them put G outside, told them take him outside. So they took him outside and then called the police. So when the police got there and they saying that, he's bleeding and whatnot, because Lil Rod is the one who was applying pressure and putting, towels and stuff over his wounds in the bath. This is the scene right here. This is what this picture is displaying. This is proof. And you see that I forgot what that's called, but it's soaked in G's blood above. So they took him outside and the police came and they made it look as if, it was a drive-by, something like that. We don't know what happened to him. We just came out, we're out here and come to find out it was Diddy or Justin. So we don't know who actually popped out him. It's one of the two though. But G knows. He knows. And he says that if subpoenaed, he will testify against Diddy. So this is big. This is big because his case, G's powering, went unsolved. There have been no suspect or nothing like that. Nothing. Lil Rod has proof, which is right in front of us. See, the police cannot ignore this. The feds cannot ignore this. They can't ignore it. They can't. Now, see, Lil Rod's going to get full immunity. He is. I believe. Because he can bring brought up on charges too, because he did illegal things too. You watch somebody get pop out and you didn't report it, nothing. You can get brought up on charges for that. Like, there's all type of, that's still a crime. So just because you putting these crimes in a lawsuit, if you committing them, see, he's trying to make himself look like the victim when he was complicit with a lot of these things. Lil Rod, Rodney Jones, very complicit, 100%. And I'm a girl. So yeah, this is going to get really deep. This is going to get really deep. It already is, but it's going to get deeper. So it's not just ex-African that he's being charged with. No. There's all type of, they're going to put as much on him, bring as many charges and place them upon him to make it stick, because they want to keep him. So if this charge, if you get off with this one, we got this one waiting. You get off with that one, we got this one waiting. You get off with that one, we got this one waiting. Okay, well, that's the problem. Okay, you got away with this one too. Okay, well, let's move on to the next state. Now you're going to Miami to go to court. Now you're going to leave New York and go, although New York is leading this investigation. Now you're going to go to Miami. You get off of Miami. Okay, now we're sending you to California. So this is like global. Like they are trying to take him down. Same thing with R. Kelly. They are getting him. This is no joke.
The photos we're seeing right now, apparently, we're seeing blood and evidence of some sort of a struggle. Does that have something to do with his son, Justin's friend?
It does. They call him Mr.
What
G
happened?
inside. Sure. So there was an argument. This is all according to Little Rod, and it was in his court documents. When all of this came to be, he was sitting about 2 feet from the incident. He heard yelling. Sean and his son were in a room along with Mr. G. And then when they came out, it was clear that there was blood. He heard the gunshots. He was afraid for his own life, tried to help, according to the documents, and was told not to. This man was bleeding from several areas in his body. The police were called to come in and help.
So again, G was pop out multiple times. So it could have been Diddy or it could have been Justin. We truly don't know. We don't know.
But the ambulance stayed several blocks away, according to the documents again, because they were worried about an active shooter, because they were told that this was a drive-by.
Guys, I want you to take a listen to all.
So again, and there is documents. I can pull up the article right now. This is a real event. It really happened, and it was listed as a drive-by. It was not listed as he was pop out inside of a studio where no, it was a drive-by because they put him outside after pop outing him.
Aubrey O'Day, Uncle Luke, and Cat Williams speaking out. Listen.
I I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not
Aubrey, you're lying. Girl, you lying so hard you could barely form the words. And people wonder why I do not like Aubrey. I used to love her. I did. And then the more stuff that I started finding out about her, the more annoyed I got. Aubrey, you got dumped. You got removed from the sex kitten group, girl. You had to bounce. You was around with Cassie and all of that stuff. So you knew a lot of the stuff that was going on. You were just complicit. You are the same one that was sleeping with Donald Trump's son's married son. You did that on purpose, deliberately. And how did you meet them? Diddy. So cut it out, girl. I'm like, ugh, you're so annoying. Are you not going to talk about having an affair with the president's son, knowing that he was married the whole time and didn't care? So where are your morals? Stop making it seem like because you have this vendetta against Diddy, that everything, you were complicit, just like Lil Rod. Lil Rod sitting there trying to make it look like he is such this victim. You're not. You were complicit. You were complicit. Go listen to Aubrey's interviews about her talking about Hollywood X parties and how a chick would, how they're so popular at these parties and whatnot, and how she used to go to them and she would participate in the Diddy. Like, girl, those were Diddy parties. Like, tell the truth. Like, ugh. Like, girl, stop it. It's so annoying. And then she makes it seem like, oh, because I didn't want to do it. No, because you've got a man and you wanted to be exclusive with your man. That's what you did. Diddy gave you the boot from the group and from the X parties. Hair flip. Whenever you get through, you were an X worker as well. Girl, bye. The other women in the group, Shannon, Andrea, D Woods, they did not. Now, I don't know about you and Don. Now, Don. But when it comes to Aubrey, for sure, you absolutely were. Andrea got up out of there. Shannon got up out of there. D Woods got up out of there. You did not. That's why you were the reason the group broke up. That's why Diddy pointed to you. That's why you and Diddy got into it. It wasn't because when he was saying y'all not making appearances and stuff like that, because Aubrey was doing Broadway at the time and all of that. No, it didn't have anything to do with that. It was her missing her freak off appointments, and all of that stuff. That was his true issue. I got this walking around in Gucci and Prada and all of this, and because he's a narcissist. I tell you to do something, you do it. So with you defying him, that's why he fired you and broke up the group on national TV to embarrass you. It didn't have nothing to do with the rest of the group. That's why his smoke wasn't for none of the rest of the people in the group. He didn't have no smoke with Andrea. He didn't have no smoke with Don. He didn't have no smoke with Shannon. He had no smoke with it was you. Like, you were the problem. And I'm a girl. Yeah.
talent-wise, but in other areas.
So what was expected?
And hold on, and listen to her. I want y'all to hear her stutter. Listen to her. She could barely get it out. Lying ass.
Cat Williams speaking out. Listen.
I wasn't willing to do what was expected.
Your body won't even allow you to lie because you are a liar. You don't know how many interviews talk about how you are at all of the Hollywood X parties, how you participated in them. The interviews are everywhere. They're not hard to find. Type in Aubrey O'Day talks about Hollywood sex parties. That's it. Aubrey O'Day talks parties. Don't type in Diddy because everything she's just going against him now because he embarrassed her. He humiliated her on so many different levels and blacklisted her, blackballed her from the industry. He absolutely did. 100%. Yes. All because she wouldn't do what he wanted her to do anymore. Because she felt like, oh, well, I'm meeting these big ballers and shot callers now that you introduced me to, and they're sleeping with me without you, and they're buying me this and that. So you feel like you didn't need Diddy no more. You feel like, the hell with you. I don't like doing it anyway. So that's how you were. So the Diddy like, oh, okay. So then when he sat down with Danny Kane, He was livid with Aubrey. Just like watch his tone, because you see her with her head down. But at the same time, she knew she was in the wrong. She knew how he felt. It's kind of like when Diddy had first met Justin Bieber, and Justin Bieber just had all this admiration from him and whatnot. And then the next time Diddy sees Justin Bieber, he like running up on him, like, why you ain't talking to me? You know, and Justin's like, oh, well, you know, I know that you talk to everybody on my team trying to get in contact with me, but you really just didn't have money, like cringing, because he really didn't want to be bothered. That's how Aubrey was. When they were sitting down, he was kicking her out of the band and breaking up Danny the Kane. She was cringing because she had been avoiding him. That was the problem. If Aubrey would have kept being the freak off that she was, okay, the group would still be together. They would have never broke up. They wouldn't have broke up. He broke the group up on purpose. Yeah, because Aubrey was playing in his face.
Expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas.
So what was expected of her? You're hearing Aubrey O'Day of making the band 3. Keller Brantley, what is she talking about? I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me, not talent-wise, but other areas.
Because she didn't sign on to be a hoe, but then she allowed herself to turn into one. That's why she was in the studio crying. I didn't sign up to be pretty Aubrey. That's why she was mad. Everybody else was getting traction instead of her. She's like, wait a minute. I'm the one sleeping with him. I'm a freak off. I should be getting all the leads. Why he keep giving Dawn all the leads with the bad weave? Dawn with the bad weave getting all the leads. And I'm a girl. What that word? Nah. So she's sitting there crying like, here we go. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't sign up to be pretty Aubrey? What are you talking about? This isn't a modeling competition. We're in a studio, bitch. You cannot see a person on a record. You cannot see a voice on a record. Okay, it's just a voice. It doesn't matter what you look like. As long as you sound great, that's all that matters. We don't care what you look like. You can sing well, girl, we care what you look like. Girl, sing, girl. Girl, sing down, girl. So, yeah. So she was pissed. Like, okay, I'm doing all of this wrenching around the back, sucking from the back and the front. I'm hanging from chandeliers and shower curtains, and I'm on one side of the room, Cassie on the other side of the room, and he directing both of us. You know, but you giving all of them the group didn't suck your this morning. The group wasn't taking BBC all night while you directed it. They didn't Stevie J all night. I did. Hello? Hello? Oh, hell no. The group didn't wake up this morning while Harvey Pierre already on top of them. That was me. Mm-hmm. Yes. The group didn't do an 8 count naked this morning for you. I did. Excuse me? And you think you about to give Dawn the lead on Sleep On It? No, you're not. And my girl, that's where the friction between her and the rest of the group started to come in, because they started to see that Aubrey was being treated special, but they didn't see what she was doing. She being invited to events that they're not being invited to. That's why Diddy put Dawn on a pedestal when they came back around, because he wanted to piss Aubrey off. That's why he did that. The second season, he made sure he put Dawn up on a pedestal. So, I mean, the third season, my fault. And brought her into Diddy Dirty Money, all of that, broke up the group. It's like, look, you coming with me. He did that to piss Aubrey off. He didn't care nothing about the rest of the group. He didn't care about Andrea, D Woods. He didn't care about them. He felt like D Woods was fat. D Woods had a beautiful body. She was just thick. Thighs, booty type of girl. He basically told her she needed to lose weight. All of that. He was very rude. to D Woods. So you know he was not interested in her sexually. So it's mighty weird that he was telling D Woods to lose weight and she's shaped like a young Miami. Like I'm like, yeah. You could tell he just wanted to beat her down, you know, ruin her confidence. Because girls with no confidence will do anything for validation. Mhm. So he was just trying to destroy like he did Aubrey. Absolutely. Yeah. That's why Aubrey looked like this. She didn't used to look like Aubrey was beautiful. Aubrey was beautiful. See, she ran getting surgery and all of that stuff because she needed validation. D Woods did not. Mm-mm. D Woods was stronger than that. D Woods knew she was fine. D Woods like, I know I'm beautiful. Like, blick the creek. So yeah, she didn't go run get no surgery. Mm-mm. She didn't do that. He couldn't break her down, but he broke Aubrey down. Oh yeah, he broke Aubrey down like a fraction. She tried to make it seem like he didn't have power. He did way more than you were willing to give him. So yeah, you started destroying and cutting up your body and all of that stuff because of Diddy. Yeah, he got into that subconscious. He really did. To make you feel like beauty was everything, because that's why people were so, you know, enamored with Aubrey. Aubrey was beautiful, beautiful girl. She could sing, cute two-step. She was definitely a great dancer, and whatnot. Beautiful body. Aubrey was beautiful. She was. When Aubrey first came out, gorgeous. Gorgeous girl. Everybody in the group was beautiful. Everybody. And most of the group still is. Andrea, D Woods, Dawn, Shannon. They're all still beautiful women. All of them. They all still look great. And I'm nosy as hell, so I know everything that's going on with them. Shannon is still married. Andrea got married after the show. She has two beautiful children. Two? Yes. Beautiful little girls. D Woods is doing great. She does a lot of production. She writes music and stuff for people too. Yeah, they're all doing great. Everybody, you know, except for Bust Down, Tatiana Bust Down. She the only one that, you know, couldn't seem to find happiness.
Was expected of me. Not talent wise, but in other areas.
Because you had already
what
did
was
it.
Expected of her. You're hearing Aubrey O'Day of making the band 3. Keller Brantley, what is she talking about? I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me, not talent wise, but other areas.
Well, now with these allegations, you can infer that it was likely something sexual. And like Aubrey O'Day and like Tanika Ray, these are stories that you're probably going to hear a lot more of. People are going to come out with their own stories of Diddy. And it's very interesting because that does remind me of Jeffrey Epstein. And it does remind me of Harvey Weinstein, in that this was all just an open secret, that in these Hollywood elite circles, people knew of this behavior. But of course, there's intimidation tactics. Of course, there's alleged blackmail. So we will likely hear many more stories, but it just depends if these people are willing to come forward when it matters most.
So check this
Absolutely.
out, yo. Justin, he's in. You ever seen the movie 48 Hours?
Girl, la 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 la. Girl, la 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 la. Like, oh my goodness. Okay, so we are at 3 hours. Y'all know I don't like the lives being too long, and I'm a girl. So guys, so we are at 3 hours. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. We will. Do y'all want me to come back live today? Because it's early, so I could come back. And my kids start spring break today. Oh my god, I'm so excited. They start spring break today, so I have a lot more free time for like a week. I am so excited for that. So now I ain't got to get up early in the morning to get them ready for school. I ain't got to do none of that. I just get to chill. So I can definitely come back if you guys want me. It's just been 3 hours. I don't want the live to be like crazy long. Because I like to separate them just so it's a little easier. Some topics people are more interested in than others. So I like to, separate it. And I'm a girl, but I have plenty of more. We can finish this Nancy Grace. There's also an update with this. I also want to read the part of the lawsuit that now Christian is involved in, so we can get as many details as we can about that. So it sounds like yes, do another live. Okay, so yeah, I'll just come back. No problem at all, because it's early. So yes. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna upload some videos for coffee, drop some stuff over there, and then we'll probably just come back live over here. and yeah, finish going. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of the super stickers and all the cash apps and liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you have not already. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I will see y'all on the next live. Until then.